Salute everyone. Hope everyone had a good day. Welcome to the show. Ding! Ding! Hello, everybody. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. What a way to start the day. Lady Kane. Hello, Lady Kane. NYC Facts. Moonface, how are you? How is everybody? How's everybody doing? We got 9 people in here, man. Let me roll up and we're going to get into this because we got some. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Diddy boy. Diddy boy, Diddy boy, Diddy boy. This is ugly, y'all. This is ugly. Let's see what old BFF of Cassie had to say. Whoo, this is getting ugly.
Right? She will be taking questions, but the thing that we need to get our heads around is the fact that she actually witnessed Diddy's and Cassie's relationships in real time. And unlike a lot of people that have their own opinions of what happened between Diddy and Cassie's relationship, this is coming directly from a woman, coming from a close friend.
That's not good.
And also coming from someone in the industry. Not from they were an employee, not that they were a friend of Diddy, but they were actually
come on in, Marquita.
They were one of Diddy's songwriters. If you guys don't know, Tiffany Red is an accomplished songwriter in her own right. So she gives it to us from perspective that I think has been overlooked in the media. You are an industry veteran. You are respected in the industry. Not only that, you were a close friend to Cassie. You also worked for and with Diddy, and she witnessed some of the most, in my opinion, horrific things. So she's coming to us to give us her perspective, to share what she can. And yes, we'll
That's
be
ugly,
taking
man.
questions
This ain't good
on
for
the
Diddy.
live as we go on.
This
but
is
I really
not good
do
for Diddy.
want to get her perspective on the channel. All right, guys. So with no further ado, let's bring up Tiffany Red and let's get right to it. Now, you guys,
Girl played good for this one.
We'll take questions. Be respectful. I know you guys are, but you know I'm going to jump right into it. So let's get into this. 1 second. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey.
This is the beautiful Tiffany Red. I can't get over how gorgeous she is. I love the red, love the look. It's working. Thank you for joining us. Now, listen, I have to dive right into it, okay? You went live on Instagram, I think about a day ago.
It's been busted wide open now, ain't it?
Information that
This
a
is
lot
what
of people, even myself,
this
have
is
worked,
what P Diddy did
overlooked.
not
If you
want
guys don't
happening,
know,
yo.
there was a segment in Cassie's lawsuit where they talked
This
about
did
a
not.
friend
He did
being
not
held
want this
over,
happening, y'all.
a balcony. A lot of people assumed that was Wale because there was a funny story going around where some people that were in the studio with
This
Wale
is not
accused
good.
him
How
of
you
being hung
doing,
out
man?
on the balcony. However, you are saying it was not Wale, that incident at least, the incident that was referred to in Cassie's lawsuit. Can you tell us your recollection of that?
Uh-oh.
Well, what I can tell you, like I said in the video, is it's a woman. You know, in Cassie's lawsuit, she talks about Puff scaring her friends, and I thought it was really important, like in this time, for people
For
to
scaring your
know that
friends, man.
it was a woman you know, because like of the apology, the I wanted people to know the timeline, you know, this was later on that fall.
Yep,
And
they're all running now.
after the hotel incident, and yeah, it was somebody that was in our friend group, and you know,
So
people
when while
always
they
say like, why didn't you guys do this? Why didn't you guys do that? Why didn't you guys do that? You know, and I've said in a previous video, like, you know, there were plenty of us who protected her and we paid for it. And
excuse me.
that
So
was somebody
let's
who paid
just
for it.
So let's just roll it back, okay? So there's an
Mhm.
incident where there is a young woman. I understand very much so that there are legal things going on in the background, both criminally and also civilly. So we can't really go too much into depth. But there was a woman and she was hung off of a 17th floor balcony.
Woo!
This was a high rise, as I understand it, on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. If you've
Now we
ever
want
been on Wilshire Boulevard,
the
you know those high rises go up to the
Yep.
sky. So this was the 17th floor.
Mhm.
And there was a woman hung over the balcony. When that happened, was there security or
like it's
other
not even
people in
affecting
the
her.
room? Anybody that could intervene in a legitimate way?
No.
And when you say no, there was nobody in the room, security, or nobody that was willing to
There was no
intervene.
there was no security.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and
That's fucking
like
crazy,
I'm
dude.
trying to
It
figure
doesn't
out how
even
to
bother her.
like
Well, how about this?
there was
What
no security, there was no security, and I mean it was intervened. It was intervened.
It was intervened. Okay, I understand we're talking about this. Why don't we talk about the things we can talk about? What what was the feeling in the room when that was happening? How do you remember people reacting to it? Was
That's
it time to break up?
crazy,
Did you
bro.
think the person was
Diddy
going to
is
fall?
fixing to
What were
go
your thoughts and
fucking
recollections on that?
down.
Well, so my
Go from
thoughts
being a
on the
millionaire to a
situation happened. So I
billionaire
just want
to
to
a
be clear.
fucking jail
I
cell.
didn't witness it. I didn't
Okay.
see it. Cassie talked to me about it, and so did the person that it happened to.
Oh wow.
Okay.
People in our friend group.
Okay.
So I wasn't present for that incident. That one
But you
specifically.
know
But
about it. You don't have to be
the
present for it, baby.
feeling, like once
You do
I
not
found
have to
out,
be
and then the
present. You know
feeling
about it.
around the crew after that happened, I think it's scared.
Yeah.
Okay, this right here, this whole interview right here, it could probably be used in court, don't you think? After hearing that right there, oh, you know of someone that's been hung over the balcony? Or you know about it? Come here. Like this, that right there alone should tell us how many people the FBI may have contacted, who it may have spoke to. Like that alone right there. It would be hearsay. I don't think it's hearsay when she says she knows about it and there was intervening and all that. I don't think hearsay. Not publicly talking about it.
It's scary. It's scary. Like and like I don't think that people understand what it is like to be in the
It's
presence of
fucking
somebody who has the capability of something like that, who is so insulated, like who is so protected on so many different levels. Like,
she
you
said it right
know,
there. He's protected too. You got to remember that.
scary.
When you say that you felt like he was insulated and protected on so many levels, what was your impression of how he was insulated?
Well, he had like security. His security, in my opinion, I personally felt intimidated by his security. Like my first time interacting with both of them was intimidation, both of them. And so like that's the energy.
I'm not sure
The
about
energy is
hearsay.
definitely very like
This is definitely fucking creepy though.
it's clear everybody that's there is there for him. You know, it's assistants, it's you know, a chef, it's a stylist, it's security, it's a whole production. You know, so like you're always outnumbered.
Yeah,
But when you
You
say
know,
you felt,
I
I'm
could
sorry, go
get
on.
that.
no, no, no.
No, when you say you felt intimidated and you felt like even the security was on some intimidation, I understand that again with intimidation, it's not like schoolyards where people are like, you know, knuckling up on you. But
Yeah.
how do you think they got that intimidation across?
She could be an
Well,
eyewitness. It's a
so
fact.
on Cassie's 29th birthday, that was the first time I ever met Puff in person. So before I had met him that day, I had only talked to him once, and it was on FaceTime. I was talking to her, and they were together. But so her 29th birthday was the first time that I met him, and it was a surprise birthday party. And there was a moment where it was just him and I, and he just, you know, I introduced myself, and he said, so you're the one she's talking to, huh? Like, you know, you're the one writing these songs about me, huh? And I was like,
But there was an
yeah.
aggressive edge to it.
It was just, yeah, it was just very like, it
Weird,
wasn't like,
man. Yeah, I don't know.
he was just,
I'm not
he
no
was looking me in
perfect
my face
criminal lawyer or
very,
anything.
and then he just like walked away. It was just
Sounds a
weird
lot like
and
an eyewitness to
awkward,
me,
you know. But I felt
or at least knowing
intimidated,
of
you know,
something.
him saying specifically like you're the one. So he was like, you're the one that's writing all these songs about me, and I was like, yeah. And then he was like, so she's talking to you, huh? That's what he said.
Oh
I just
wow.
was like, and then I
Oh
said,
wow,
yeah.
wow.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was scared as fuck. My heart was like, but he just, you know, and then he walked away. And then like not too long after that, or maybe it was later that evening, I can't remember like timeline, but at the party, one of his security people walked up to me and was like, it's nice to meet you, Tiffany. And I was like, who are
No,
you?
I
And he was
couldn't.
like, I've heard a lot about you. And I was just like, you
That's
know
the
what I mean?
problem
It
with
just
me.
was very
Yeah.
like,
I don't
I never even
understand
met
They
you to
weren't.
walk up to me.
where
Yeah.
It was weird. And
you can
then
get the guts up.
when we left, I
You feel
remember
like you're strong
it
enough
was
to
the
dangle a
security guard's
motherfucker and
wife,
not
I
drop them.
think, just
Like
hovering around us the whole night. Like
holding
our friend group,
holding
like
somebody over a
Cassie happened to be
balcony
there. Her and Puff were
would not
fighting
be an easy
like
task.
during this time. So like it was really more so putting on for the cameras. It was a lot of people there. It was, you know, filmed and stuff like that. And but she wanted to go to Blind Dragon. She wanted to go karaoke. And so we were all talking about leaving, and there were like a lot of people from his team trying to discourage us from leaving, trying to like find out where we were going. And like including the security's wife. It was weird. I just was like, what is this? This was like my first
Yeah.
time
I
experiencing
wonder
something
about
like that.
Gene
I was
Deal,
like,
but he was the police.
why
I
are they
mean,
tracking us like this? Like we've been
he
here
is
all
talking about
day.
it now,
It's
but
nighttime. We want to go karaoke and have fun with our friends. You know what I'm saying? So we left and we went anyway. And he followed us there. He followed us there, and that's the night that I write about in my in that essay that I did for Rolling Stone, where I'm like, those were like, so he after we left and I saw like how weird everyone was being about us leaving, when he showed up to Blind Dragon, it just felt like the air got sucked out the room. It was so crazy just watching everyone fold. Everybody. Soon as
So let's slow this down. I have a few questions. So let's slow this down. I have some questions about at the party, but we're at Blind Dragon. So you said the energy just got sucked out the room. It was like a vacuum. So you guys are karaoke, right? Singing like, you know, your
having
favorites,
fun.
right? Trying to see,
Yeah.
having fun. Trying to see if you feel your bops are in the karaoke list. And then
Yeah.
did he show up alone?
see,
Did
people,
he
that's
show up
why I've
with
opened
people?
up
No,
about
he
How
showed
did
Gene,
up
he
with
come in?
security.
because people do have their thoughts and opinions on Gene Deal. I get it. He could have done something, but he has been talking about it. And they say that if you can't do anything at the time, the best thing to do is to speak about it sometime. You know what I mean? So I get it. This is tough, dude.
He
This
came
would
in with
be,
security.
this is
So he showed
huge.
up
Like this is
and
huge.
we were like, you know, having fun singing. And I remember he came in and he sat next to her. and I think they like ordered like a bunch of food. It was almost
Mhm.
like to distract everybody. That's how it made me feel. Like it was like all of a sudden all this food comes in the room, and then they pulled her out of the room. Yeah. They
Really?
brought all this food in the room and then they pulled her out. And so I followed her because I was
Yeah.
like, this feels weird. And
Yeah.
when I like opened the door, he had her cornered behind the door, and there was like, I want to say it was at least two security guards. Could have been three, but at least two. And they just like formed like a, oh, not balloons. They formed like a circle. Did you see that?
I see the balloons.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah. They're
god.
gone now. They're gone.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they formed like a circle like around him and her, and he just was like cussing her out in her face. And I just like was like pretending to go to the back because I knew something was up, right? So I just was like,
Yeah.
and her and I were just kind of like she was looking down at the ground and like kind of looking up at me. And so um all of a sudden party's over, Cass is leaving and she's leaving with him. Um and she like so after he was cussing her out and I guess told her she was gonna go with him, she asked me and two of our friends if we would stay the night at her house, like even though she was going with him. So we all went back to her house.
So she pulled. So let me just slow this down. So
Yeah.
you see him being aggressive to her. She's surrounded by men. Diddy says you kind of got in there because you had been feeling weird vibes all night.
Yeah, it was weird.
You, yeah, even the way you said he ordered like a crazy amount of food
Crazy
and
amount of food. It was weird.
to make
Listen to her try to fucking hype it up. Come on,
or
Tissa.
drinking, so everybody wants to eat and everybody jumps on the food. He pulls you, you go out to be nosy, right? But not even nosy. That's the normal word. To literally look out because we do
To
that for
see
our
if she's
friends. Like,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you felt his energy was off. He surrounded her. There's security guards around. He's cursing her out. The security guards are basically guarding him
A
to make
shield
sure
for
nobody.
him to do it. That's what I mean by like
Okay.
insulated, where it's like, for the people that are like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I'm like, you don't understand. Like, he's not doing this by himself.
Yeah.
You know what
Now,
I
There's
that's
mean?
what it would
Like,
feel like, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
If
when
you got all these
and when he
people around
does
you,
do stuff,
it would
it
almost
sounds like
feel
there's
like
a whole
he.
team that just blink like nothing happened.
That like
We
Phyllis,
are.
like, yeah, like just like, it's like they go into a mode where and they just make it happen. Whatever it is, like they just deal with, I don't know, it's weird.
So then he's like, come on, you're coming with me. And at that
Hmm.
point, she somehow finds a way to be like, hey, can you guys spend the night?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
then what
we
happened? Go on.
so then we all go back to her house. I can't remember whether or not she rode with him. I want to say she rode with him, but I can't remember because we all took like those like big
I
like
get my
Cadillac
mama
or
back Friday,
Escalade
bro.
trucks or whatever, black
Yeah.
cars. We took a
Yeah.
car from her house
Yep, I get my mama back Friday.
to the event. And then
It'd be
we took the
great,
truck
man.
to Blind Dragon. And I think she went with him and he dropped her off at the house to like grab some things from her house. So she was like
Okay.
packing a bag. And so when we got in the house, she just kept saying, I don't want to go. I don't want to go with him. I don't want to go with him. And I'm like, well, girl, like, if you don't want to go with him, like, why are you going to go with him? And then
Yeah,
there was one person
yeah,
that
man.
was there. And they were like, she always goes. And I just was like, have you ever felt like, what is going on?
Pretty
I
quick, I
don't know
guess.
what's happening, but something's happening.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Like, it felt like I just felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Like, he's packing the bag, he's cussing her in her face. Like, I knew already, like, I already knew by that time that something was going on. I had never seen him get physical with her, but I had definitely heard him like cuss her out real bad.
Okay.
Me too. But
Like,
is he
so I
doing right
felt
right
like
now by
something,
talking about it though? Is what I'm
unfortunately,
wondering. Can Gene Deal, who knows? Gene Deal might feel like this, He may feel like I gotta speak about this because I didn't do anything about it. I let it happen. Like he might feel that way. And I'm not one to say he's wrong for like Who knows what I would have put up with and watched for the money that they were making. You gotta remember, you go, Gene Deal was probably making the top amount as any security guy if he's head of security. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's a sticky situation, man. But who's gonna save it? How many security guards did he have after Gene Deal? How many fucking people? Like, these people are getting paid by him. That's like me telling him he sued the company. Yeah, he sued his bosses. It's like most people ain't gonna go with their bosses, man. They just ain't gonna do it until they're fully clear from them.
Go on.
Yeah, like I've Cassie is not my first friend that is a survivor of DV. And so unfortunately this ain't my first rodeo. So I just was like, bells is going off like, what this is
I don't
weird.
know.
So
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't think I could.
I don't want to go. 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 And then
her tone when she kept saying, I don't want to go. Because I'm trying to be there in the room. Was it more like, girl, I don't want to go? Or was it something like...
No, it was like...
Good point. What's up, Super Code? D-Trail?
Yeah, that's why I was like, girl, if you don't want to go, don't go.
Yeah.
She seemed...
I'm not gonna say that I would sit back and watch somebody stomp your head in, but some people can. You got to forget where some people come from, what some people witness at home. Shit. If you were paying me enough, it might be enough for me to turn my head. I don't have to watch it get kicked in. I could turn my head. You know what I mean?
Scared. She seemed...
It's a very sticky situation for sure.
It seemed like it was like there's no such thing as like I don't go. And I didn't know where she was going. I didn't know what was going on yet. And so he pops up at the door.
How much time do you think elapsed between when he dropped her off for her to get packed and him popping up on her?
I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
And was he popping up like hurry up or popping up to take the temperature
to come
of the
get
room?
her? No, he was popping up to come get her and leave.
Okay.
Yeah, he was popping up to come get her and leave. And so he popped up, came and got her. They left, and I just was like, "That's weird." And you know what I noticed? Like, so this was like at that point, me and Cassie had been friends for like about a year. Me and her met each other and got cool in 2015 when we started working. And like, so, I had been around her for a while, but I had never been in a circumstance like that. Like I said, this was literally the first time I met Puff in person this day. And
at the party.
Yes, like this whole night is my first interaction with him in person.
That's weird, man.
Where the other people that were there, that was not their first time interacting with him, and just being around it in general.
Man, I'm not knocking what you think, bro. I'm really not. I feel it.
That was the friend I was the friend that was like,
I feel it.
They said that I always look like I had a question mark on my head. To me, always like they were like, get her ass out of here. They did not like me because I was like, seems weird. You know what I mean? Or like I can't explain why my skin why the hair on my arms are standing up, but they are. Yeah. But so he comes and he gets her, and one of the people that was there who said she always goes, they were like, they'll be back. Watch, they'll be back tonight. And I was like, what? And he was like, watch. And so
I get it. It's weird though. It's all weird to me, man. Hollywood is starting to become Hollywood weird, bro.
I was in her bed, sleep.
For sure.
I was asleep in her bed. One of the other friends was asleep on the couch, and the other friend was sleeping in the room with me.
So it's a 1-bedroom apartment.
It was a 2-bedroom.
Okay, gotcha.
The second bedroom is a closet.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so
second bedroom was a closet. Must be fucking nice.
I'm woken up to like screaming, singing, and hearing him screaming, emotional singing bitch. He's just screaming, emotional singing bitch, emotional singing bitch. And so I get up and we go into the living room, And he's like, emotional singing bitch, there you are. Looking at me, and I'm like, oh, he's talking to me.
Oh, government was like, me? Excuse me. But
What
here's
is
the
going
question.
on?
When you say he's screaming, is he screaming like the
Screaming.
neighbors might have heard him? Like
Screaming,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Screaming
Okay.
loud.
So this wasn't any
Yes.
like emotional. It's not like he was trying to bring the party back.
He wasn't like, hey, no.
Yeah, no. He was
Nah. He was cussing us out.
Oh, it's
Okay.
so weird, bro.
Because he
Dude,
like
this
he
is
was
ugly.
telling
This is what's
history.
going to
First
keep
of all,
happening and keep happening
this
and
is
keep
my first
happening and
time
keep
ever
happening.
seeing
More people are going to talk
Cassie
out. I wonder what
inebriated.
participate her for
I've
this.
never seen her said she was like sedated. It was like she was like there, but she wasn't there. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like she just was
Was
kind of like
she
in the corner.
was she
was like,
responsive?
no, she
That's
just
so
was like,
fucking weird, dude.
she was awake, but she just
Yeah,
was
yeah.
kind of like a zombie.
Yeah.
She just was like a zombie. And he
That's
was
so
screaming
weird.
at me and the other two friends, but me
Holly,
specifically because I'm
weird,
emotional
bro.
singing bitch, right? Emotional singing bitch. Tell your girl she wants some birthday D. And he said the word. Tell your
Yeah.
girl she wants some birthday D. I flew all the way
Yeah,
from
probation
Miami.
officers are
I threw
assholes.
this party for her. She gonna get this D. And I'm like, yo, she doesn't have to have sex with you if she doesn't want to, Puff. She gonna get
Yeah.
this D. She gonna get this D. And I remember saying something to him about his eyes. I was like, what were y'all doing? Your eyes look nuts. Like his
Yeah.
pupils were like, oh, we were just drinking. I'm like, she doesn't look drunk. This is why when people be like, what did you do? You didn't do shit. It be pissing me off.
What's
Because
up? So you're so tired
literally
though.
in that moment, the
You're so
first
tired.
time I saw him do something, I said something in that moment, stood up
Yeah.
and was like, no,
Yeah.
she doesn't have to do that with you. No,
Yeah.
no. And then he took her again. They just like dipped again. And I remember his house, the house that got raided in LA,
Okay.
her place was just right at the bottom of the hill from
Mhm.
his house. So he used to take a golf cart from his house and drive it down the hill to hers.
Okay.
So
Oh, I
they
can imagine
had
how
driven
fucking
from
wild that
golf
was.
cart down to back to her house. So when they left, we looked over the balcony. So her balcony overlooked where like the car where you would pull up. So like where valet is at. So it's kind of like the back of the building. Like, yeah, it's the back of the building. So when you look down, you can see where valet is. You can see where people pulled up. So we could see the golf cart. So
Yeah.
we see him and her get on a golf cart. They pull off, drive onto Wilshire on this girl.
In a golf cart in the middle of the night?
Yes, on a golf cart, middle of the night. I want to say she was in like a robe or some kind. It was so crazy. I remember.
This is
One
fucking
of the
nuts,
people that
dude.
we were with
Just
calling his
imagine
like,
how
yeah,
many
they
more
were
of these are
like,
coming,
yo,
Puffy.
they're on Wilshire. I was
How
like,
many
Yeah.
more of these you
Puffy,
think are
sit
coming?
down.
Ooh
What's
wee.
going on? It was
So
fucking
so
crazy.
for those of you guys that don't know, if you're not from LA, Wilshire Boulevard is not a little side street. It is a
No,
huge.
it's a main artery.
It's a main artery. It's basically like a little highway that's running through, and you
Yes.
usually take Wilshire to get everywhere in Los Angeles. So to
Yes.
be inebriated, looking like you zoning, eyes bugged out in the middle of the night on a golf cart is very, very. And people be drag racing on Wilshire too sometimes too. So there's also that. It's just not.
I was just like, oh my God, they're gonna go to jail. Like that's what I just
Yeah.
kept thinking. Oh my girl's gonna go to jail. You know what I mean? My girl's gonna go to jail.
It's whatever to me.
Like,
Fucking.
and
Now he's Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Diddy Daddy, Do Diddy,
So
Dr. Love.
let's go back to.
I don't know what he is. He's a fucking
I feel you too.
weirdo.
I've seen a lot of idiots being like, "Oh, how come her friends didn't do something?" I'm like, "Okay, first, y'all wanted Cassie to be Wonder Woman, and
it's
Diddy
like
had
he
a whole team of
did.
people." Yeah, and then the friends, of course, you try, but see, that's the thing about when people need to educate themselves about abuse. When you are the friend, because I too have been there. When you are the friend, that's just like,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Because it's traumatizing too. That's why I want to say I'm sorry, because it's traumatic watching your friends go through that stuff and not have any control, nothing that you can do. Sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to acknowledge you.
Yeah, but no, thank you. But it's like, I just want to explain to people, even the cycle of abuse, which is why I say your friends going through it, leave the light on. Let them know no matter what happens, there will always be space, because these
I got
people,
you. Yeah.
will isolate you. And they only let the friends stay around that look the other way when they get handsy with them. When
And
you are
I
like,
was not that friend. I want to be clear. I was not that friend. I was the friend that got pushed out because I was like, what is going on? I was not the friend that didn't say anything. And so because of that, like it was on again, off again, on again, off again when it came to her and I, because I wasn't acting like I didn't see anything. I wasn't. I was asking questions. I was asking, are you okay?
Yeah. Let me actually go back to the first time that you met Diddy that night. So all this happened in the same night. It was like a bad
That's what
movie that
people are
we're
saying.
in. But in the beginning, just to get people
They're
get
going
an
to be
idea of
lining
like the
him up. That's
control
what I think
mixers.
too.
You said that people were hovering
Sean
around
Combs
you.
in prison. That's
How
right.
was
The
it
DOC
hovering? Were
number
they
going to say
listening?
Sean Combs. That's a fact. And it's probably going to start with a 24.
Were they watching? Were they trying to like
They just were
interject?
moving everywhere we went. Everywhere we went, they were just like sitting
Yep.
there listening.
She said it, man.
You could just tell.
She's
like,
the only one that's been fully truthfully right. If you think about it, she's the only one that's been truthfully correct. And not up here slaying.
Like
so
it was like
they weren't trying to interact or be friendly.
She's
they
a
were
trip.
just like always, every time y'all went to the bathroom, came back, ordered a drink, you turned around, and there were like the same people just watching and listening.
Yeah.
You're right. Production every day.
They were doing. Oh, they're going here. This is what they said they're doing. This is what, you know. Also, I want to go back and tell y'all about the first time, like my first time seeing something was wrong. To just give you an idea of the control.
Oh, damn.
So
tell us, girl.
When I want to say, so this was in 2015. I want to say this was when Cass was filming Perfect Match. I think it was during filming. One night we went out. Puff was in Miami. We were all in LA. And it was another birthday. So I guess it was her 28th birthday. We went to Ace of Diamonds with a group of friends, have fun.
Another distraction.
And
whoa, man. Like, it must suck to be Puff, bro. I'm telling you.
That didn't want to interact with her. Like, saw her, like, I remember there was one person in particular that she saw that night. I remember her being like, yo, why you didn't come over and say, you know, what's up? And he was like, I don't want no problems, you know. Like, and I just was like, okay, that's weird. And so I remember, you know, like anybody, leave the club late, everybody having a good time. I remember her and I went to McDonald's. We got breakfast food for everybody, like the whole crew. And he called her while I was in the car. And I remember she was like, you want to see something or you want to hear something crazy?
Oh, no.
And I was like, what? And she answered the phone. And as soon as she answered the phone, where the are you? What? Like, he went, it sounded like a pimp. Like, I just was like, he was upset with her because she went out, because we were outside. Where are you at? What are you doing? Why are you? What are you doing? I remember him being like, you know, do you know what time it is? I remember feeling like we are not kids. It's her birthday. We went to AOD. You're not even here. Like, what are you?
That's
talking
crazy.
About?
What's up, Freddie?
Because it wasn't even just
Primo,
like, oh,
what's
we're
good,
going
yo?
to party. Nah, she went and picked up a bag and did her birthday at AOD, you know? And so it was like, what? And he just, you know, he was spazzing about her being outside. And so she hung up on him. So then he called her. You effing me, you hang up on me again, and I'm gonna take your car, and then I'm gonna take your. He just started threatening her about all the things that he was gonna take.
This is gonna be over and over and over again. This is all the tea. Tissa,
know
you are
something
all the
about
way
me?"
in
She
now,
said, "What?"
girl.
And she was like,
They
"No,
gonna
you
try
know,
to
I wasn't
off
in the
you. Be
car. I was
careful,
in the
Tissa.
car, sitting in the front seat."
Tissa, you need to be safe. P. Diddy will try to have you murked. Tissa, you're doing the Lord's work, baby girl, but
Listening to him, going crazy, and then when we got back to the house, he called her on FaceTime and made her show him the room. Who all is in the house? Who all is
What?
there? We were all like, "Hi, Buff." It was so weird. I remember it was all this McDonald's food. Like, what are y'all doing? I remember him being like, "What are y'all doing up?" or something like that. And we were just like,
who the fuck
"What?"
do you think
Like,
we
I
are?
just remember being like, what in the hell is this? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What?
he's
It was
gonna have
weird. It was
so many
crazy. And I
people
wasn't the only.
coming after him. They say 50 Cent's done sold the documentary to fucking Netflix for an undisclosed amount of money. What the fuck,
Only person
bro?
that was there. I had this conversation with one of my homies the other day about that day. And he just was like, "Man, like it, that was so weird."
You ain't got to live through
Everyone's
those
like,
moments over here,
"Hey,
woman.
hey."
We don't
It was
condone that type
strange.
of activity.
Excuse my profanity. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So when you he made her do all this stuff. How was Cassie acting when it happened? Was she acting like it was normal? Was she acting embarrassed? Like, how was she acting when this was happening?
When he was
Embarrassed,
yelling at
probably.
her,
When he was yelling, even when he made her show the whole house
she just
on
seems
Facebook.
like it just seems like it's this is the program. Like it seemed like
Mhm.
she's used to it, like so when I would be like, I remember when her and I, like,
Oh, I believe it.
last
I
year,
do too.
when
People are
her and I
coming out
really
now, and
sat
that's the
down and talked
problem.
about everything,
You can say what you want
from
as long as it's under lawsuits and shit. But homie, she's got friends coming out now. She got people that can actually say something. Like it
a
matters.
place of understanding now and knowing what happened.
It matters.
You know, she was like, "You would be the person that would always just like look at me weird, that would make me feel like, so this isn't okay, right? Like I'm not tripping." And I'm like, "No, this is weird.
Yeah, I don't
This
condone
is
that
weird."
activity.
And like I said, at this point,
I
this
don't
was
think it's cute at all to
before
treat women
I
like that.
knew
There's
that she
nothing sexy
was
about it. There's nothing attractive. There's nothing
being
cool.
like
There's
like
nothing
before
manly.
first of all,
It's
this whole
all
time
weird.
I never knew about the freak offs. I didn't know
When I
about
say weird,
any
I
of
mean
that. I
fucking
knew
weird.
that he was physically violent with her. That's what I knew.
Okay.
But after all of this, like, when her and I sat down in October of last year and just really, she just told me everything, like, "Yo, so this is why he called you emotional singing bee that night." That night was a freak off.
Tell us
That's
about
why she
that.
didn't want that's why she didn't want to go. She told me, she was like, "I didn't want to go because he was trying to take me to a freak off." And he did. He took her to a freak off that night. And and then she told me, she was like, "And the reason why he called you emotional singing bee was because we were listening to the new music during the thing
Oh, the new music with that
that
you
I
had
was
written for
writing
Cassie
her." Hmm.
during it. And that's why, and he kept you
So
in
that's
his
why he kept,
mind.
I guess. So I guess that's why when he came back in the room to be like, "Tell your girl she wants some birthday D," he was talking about the freak off. And I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Ugh.
know if it was
Dude,
just
that's so fucking gross,
subconscious,
bro.
or it's like,
Just
"Oh,
highly
because he
weird,
knew I was
man.
at the house." So,
Everybody that's
Yeah.
around everybody that's
but he had
around
no respect for
everybody
me. He
is
probably didn't
so
even remember
fucking
my name
weird,
at that
probably.
point. You know what I mean? He was just,
Bro.
"What's
Yeah.
that girl's name? Emotional singing bee. Tell
Yeah.
your girl. Tell her I want this from her."
What else did Cassie see? So there was the violence was known. Do you think that the violence? Do you think that you were the first person to notice, or do you think you were the last person to find out about the violence? Whereas just your impression that the team around him, the people around him, the people he let around Cassie, they
Hmm.
kind of knew that the situation was very volatile.
I don't. I think that when it comes to the people on her side, because it's like it's like two sides. So like there's the friends that are friends with Cassie that know him because of her. And then there are the people
Okay.
who are friends with Cassie who are friends with him. And are
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I've never
so
beat
it's
on a
like
spouse
two
either.
separate, it's like two
Me
separate
neither.
friend groups. And
Mm.
so I
I've hit a
don't
chick before,
know.
but I've never beat on a
Personally,
spouse.
I don't know what everyone knew.
Mm.
But I also know that you know, she wasn't the only person being abused in the situation. It's just
What do
like
you mean?
our friend being hung from the balcony.
Oh wow,
Like
dude, that's not
she was not
hearsay
the only
anymore.
person that was
That's not hearsay anymore. Like my friend being hung from the
traumatized, that was
balcony, bro.
like
That's
in
not
the thing. And so I
hearsay.
think
There's
that
no way that's
I
hearsay.
don't
That's
even know how
conspiracy.
people.
At this point, that's conspiracy. You know all about it. Jesus Christ. You know how hard it would be to hang somebody's body over a balcony and not drop them? You think P. Diddy and not drop them? Just hang them over. Let them hang. You got to get them back up, you know? Shit, that's crazy. This is like firsthand evidence. Like, this is like,
Were
oh,
perceived.
no, they're not selling drugs in there when I go to work. I don't believe so. But when you leave for work, everybody starts selling drugs. But you didn't know drug dealing was going on in your house. No. Okay, sure. He'll get you on a conspiracy case. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. To think that you get, when you talk about someone's, when they say body, when they talk about dead body weight, that means like somebody just laying. And that's heavier than regular weight because it's all floppy, it's all here, it's all there. To hang somebody's body over the side of a fucking building for 17 floors up over a balcony, that's a lot crazy, bro. That's a lot crazy. That's not a little bit. That's a whole lot crazy. I don't think so either, bro. I don't see P. Diddy holding nobody's body all across the balcony, bro. He had to have had help. And she said there was help.
It because they were inside of the thing too. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man, they need
saying?
some
Like,
Gotcha.
security now.
Got you. You were in
like
upside down land. Yeah.
If you follow Tissa, she's always on the move anyway. It looks like her Instagram, she's in some other country, traveling here, traveling there. She's all over the country. Like, she's doing her thing, man. I think her background is fake.
yeah,
Or
like
she
I
carries
don't
that
know.
plant with her. I don't
Like
know.
we're like for me, right? Like I got pushed in and out because every time I came in, I was like weird. Then I'm going weird. Then I come back
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and so like it was just like, oh,
Scary,
get
dude.
her out of here. She doesn't do drugs. She doesn't do this. She doesn't do that. She keep, um,
Ah, he
yeah, because
couldn't
I didn't.
seduce you into it,
No,
right?
no, right. Because it was like I didn't do any of that. And so, like I said, like they said, I would always look like the friend with the question mark on my head. Like I just was always like, I could see things a little bit clearer, but I wasn't sure what
I
was
can see
going
that.
on because there was another layer. Like if you did
Yeah.
drugs, there
Bodyguard.
was things
Yeah.
that
I mean,
you
they did
saw
say, she did
and
say
were
that he had a lot
around.
of
Like
help.
there's things I wasn't around
Bodyguards
because
can
I
do
didn't
it. Yeah.
use. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
It was,
Yeah.
that's
And so
fucking scary though, bro. That's scary. That probably freaked that girl out,
oh, I
man.
don't know. I don't know what everyone knew for real. Like at this
Yeah.
He
point,
needs to be
I
going
don't
for a
really
lawsuit.
believe anybody at this point all the way. Like when it comes to like I think at this point everyone is trying to figure out how to save their own ass, and make the shit make sense.
Talk
Oh, sorry, and
about
make
it.
it make
That's
sense.
okay. Yeah.
Um, and so I don't know what who saw what and what like I
Mm.
don't know. I really don't know. But I do know that like the people that I do know who knew
Oh,
she
did
was
she?
being
Okay.
hurt,
I know
everybody
she
I know
travels a lot.
personally that knew she was being hurt was there to support her and helped her. Everybody.
Mm.
There is not one friend um like that's behind the scenes that wasn't um supportive of her. And if you've ever supported somebody that's gone through DV, all you can do is be present. That's it. all you can do is be present. You have no control over the decisions that
True.
somebody that
Yeah.
that person makes. You have no control over the perpetrator of the crimes.
Yeah.
And it's a delicate
Both
dance.
ways you look at it,
You
Shrell.
know, it's a dangerous situation.
Nobody's gonna let
and
you
the
do that.
process of supporting somebody getting out of that is a journey. It's not.
It
some
said Suge
isolated
Knight did it
incident.
to
Like someone said to me,
Vanilla Ice,
DM,
though.
I got a DM the other day, like, you're a worthless friend. You should
And
have
Vanilla
snatched her
Ice
phone and threw it in
even
the
said
ocean.
that he
I was
did
like,
it.
this
So,
is not even a real.
mean,
threw it in the ocean. Like, that's not
they
real.
can do it.
What
Girl,
They
world
can
are
do
we
it.
in?
It's
What
I mean,
world
they're
are
just
we in?
lucky that that young
It
lady
takes
didn't die that day, because somebody would have been going to fucking jail, and it probably wouldn't have been Puffy. You see how that goes?
just to interject really quick.
70,
You guys,
yep, there
for
we
you,
go.
yeah, for those who don't know, it takes at least 7 or 8 times of the worst incidents of the person hitting rock bottom before they're ready to walk away. If it was that
No, they said
easy
it
to be
wasn't
like,
Wale.
"Girl, love yourself and hide."
That's what she said at the very beginning of this video. That's exactly what she said. At the very beginning of this video, they made it clear that it was not Wale, that it was a friend of theirs. It was another young lady.
their phone, there would be no DV. By the time somebody has hit you, they
They
have
cleared
broken
Wale
your
of it.
self-esteem. They have gotten into your head. Most victims actually think they deserve it. So by the time that
I
they
said it was
hit,
like Cassie's
this is
friend.
normalized. It's almost like talking to an abused child. And then to tell a child, that's it. You ain't never seen your mom or dad again. You see the best in them. Okay, fine, they didn't do this. Fine, they didn't do that. But sometimes we laugh, sometimes we joke. It's so complicated. And for people, and
Vanilla Ice,
I
that
think when
happened.
people do that, it's a way of roundabout victim blaming, because we don't know how to help you. So why didn't you help yourself? It's more, abuse is a very complicated thing, and definitely physical abuse, they've gotten into your head. So we need to stop that chatter about why. Go on.
Can I add, domestic violence, the statistic for women in America is 1 in 3. So cut it with the, you don't know what I'm talking about. All y'all know what I'm talking about. And if there's 1 in 3 women, then there's 1 in 3 women or men beating on these women. So stop it. Stop it. Like I know so many abusive men. What? Are you kidding? Cut it out. Knock it off. That's why I said in that video, knock it off, Puff, because it's cap. It's cap.
Yeah.
And Charlemagne said the other day on the radio, until the 1920s, it was legal to beat your wife. Until the 1970s,
It was called the rule. That's where that saying, the rule of thumb, comes from, because it used to be that domestic violence got so bad that they would say the rod you beat your wife with, was it thicker than your thumb? And if it was thicker than your thumb, you might be in trouble. But if it was thinner than your thumb, you could beat your wife as bloody as you wanted. That's where the saying, the rule of thumb, comes from.
Their tank tops were called wife beaters.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's so common, and so
It is.
for all of
I'll
these people,
agree to that.
like,
Men get a
like
little
they never
stupid when it
did
comes to
the
domestic
same thing
violence.
that he did to
I
her
will
or
agree to
worse
that.
in that video that they just
But I'll
saw.
tell you what, I've
Yeah,
never
It's
got off on
cool.
hitting on my
And
spouse,
I
man.
think
That's
that, like,
just not something
anybody
I'm
who has
looking forward
supported
to.
somebody through domestic violence,
I don't even want arguments to
or
even get that
anything
way.
like this, or
Like, I'm
just
good,
an
man.
abusive relationship
Like,
in
fuck all
general,
that.
you know that it's a
You want to
long
fight? Oh,
game.
I don't.
And that
Oh,
also,
see ya.
the reality is some of these people be threatening these women. And so it's not just, if someone's already assaulted you and done all these terrible things to you, and they tell you that they're going to take your life, you believe them. It makes me think, I have a girlfriend who went through a really bad domestic violence situation and DV situation, and by the time she left, she was running for her life because she was afraid for her life. She was afraid for her kids' lives. She was afraid for, you know what I mean?
That's true.
It's like, I had an abusive ex when I was younger. And
they did clear that though.
When I left,
they did clear that.
started popping up.
The person that got in the Cassie case, in the Cassie lawsuit, the person that got held over the balcony, that was not Wale. She did clear that up. She said it was one of their friends, bro.
I'm not gonna let you leave.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like these expectations for
I don't know what people get from slapping people around, man.
Why didn't you
I only want to hit somebody that deserves it. Like
The
there
same
there
reason
needs to
that
be
you, like Amanda
deserving
Seales
behind that.
said, you know, you
Like
know,
I
you
don't want to hear
the
none of
same
that
reason why you
bullshit.
still working at that
Like
job
you
with that
deserve
crappy boss that's treating you like crap. The same reasons, because you have to protect yourself, you have to protect your family, you have to pay your bills, you have to, and then when you're going after
Yeah.
somebody that's powerful, like Puff, you're going against his influence, his fame, his political ties, his street ties. Like all these people that are like, why didn't you? We wasn't like we in LA. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Like I'm not stupid. Y'all saw what Lil Rod alleges about you know
Gee.
and
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 so
and the LAPD and all of that. And so it just is like what
That's not good what Puffy's up against, man.
I don't
So for
know.
you
It's
guys
not
that
good at
don't
all,
know
y'all.
what she's referring to, in Little Rod's lawsuit, there's an incident with a gentleman named as G. For some reason, they're keeping his name hidden. He was in a recording studio, Chalice Record Recording Studios in Los Angeles. He
Ooh, she's about
walked
to
in.
spill it.
G was in a bathroom with Justin and with Diddy. Little Rod says he heard gunshots. He walked in. Diddy and Justin left. He walked into the room. This guy was bleeding out. The police was called, right? All this stuff happened. He said that the LAPD did not really investigate. They lied about what was going on. And after that, it was covered up. Now, the odd thing is, I did
That's
my own little research on
crazy.
that, okay? And nobody really knows what happened except for the people there. But anytime there is a shooting, especially suspected gang related, and there is a celebrity involved instead of a rapper, it is splashed all over. If you even Google
It was
shooting
nowhere.
yeah, it was. I found one on like the local Fox channel thing, and it was just a little blurb. There was a shooting, police are investigating, and it was nowhere. So it leads me to believe that, yeah, he had the media on lock. We see right now with TMZ, he has it on lock. Diddy
Yep.
is connected. So to your point,
And then also
go
the
on.
thing is you can't tell somebody's story for them. Like
Mhm.
from the like I went back and I read some of my like old journals from this time. And so for those of you that don't know, I managed Cassie in 2019 and
Go,
I
girl.
helped get her out of her her bad boy record contract.
Mhm.
And
You helped her get out her contract. Okay.
I lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about before that? You were saying something about G.
Oh, the way he was connected, the way they didn't even really investigate it and everything could be covered up. So Diddy is heavily connected to the streets. At least that's what the streets are saying. That he's
I can't
heavily
remember.
connected to them.
I can't remember why I was saying that. But I mean, I'll tell y'all that story though.
Tell me, you got her out of her contract.
Yeah, well, it wasn't just me. It was me,
That's dope.
a partner of mine at the time,
Got a good friend in her, man.
and
That's what you need in life, man. You need
I was
people that are
saying
willing to
I
help
went
you,
back and
bro.
read my journals. So around this time when
You need
trying to
friends.
get
You
her out
need
of her
family. You
deal,
need
I went back and I read my
fuck
journal,
anybody
and
trying to tell you not to fucking
it
believe in
was
your family or nothing like that. Fuck
all
anybody
about
telling you
how
that shit,
afraid I
man.
was to take this on.
People
I was
mess
afraid
up,
to
dude.
manage her. I was afraid to go through the process of trying to help her get out of her deal. I was afraid of how it was going to impact my life, how it was going to impact my career, but I knew it was the right thing to do. And so, I did it, and
Hey, I'm open for all of it. So
and
tired.
as
I'm
a
open for him
unit,
getting something to tap into Tupac. I'm open for
we were
all that.
successful.
We heard what Keefy D said.
I was talking about
There was a whole
how
million put on
back
Pac.
then, like how I'm
So
like, man,
let's
if
not
Cassie
forget.
ever told the
Sure, he
world
got
about
murdered the night
this,
he
it would
tried to beat on
change
some guy, but
everything. And I
I
remember
mean,
when
shit,
she
he had
left,
a million on his head.
and she was fighting to get out of her deal. And I was always the friend that was with I was always like, you need to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, I just want to get away. Like, and people don't understand, like, processing trauma and healing from trauma, understanding trauma is a process, right? So like she left, she got out of her deal, and and during that time, that was when Gina had came forward, Gina Huynh, she had come forward on Tasha K. And
Okay,
so
Gina.
yeah, that was like around that time. And yeah, she was always like, no, I don't want to do this. And so I could never, like, for the people that are like, why didn't you say anything then? Why didn't you this, that, and the third? I'm like, first of all, if I would have said something then, y'all know y'all wouldn't have believed me, first of all.
Mm.
So stop with the cap. You didn't believe her when she came forward, so stop. But why didn't you say anything
That's
then?
fire,
Because
right?
she didn't
Right,
say anything
Super
because she
Co?
wasn't ready.
What's up, Lex?
She told
Yeah.
me no. I have
Like, you're not
been
supposed to
told her,
beat
like,
on
no.
nobody.
But until she was ready, and like going back to the supporting people that go through DV, it's like you cannot make someone do something they are not ready for. And I'm proud of her for waiting until she was ready, because look at what we're dealing with. This is a heavy lift. And this is people's real life. She is a real person. I am a real person. Puff is a real person. People, these are human beings, you know? And like, this is hard stuff. Can you imagine what she feels like turning on the news and her assault is all over TV?
Everywhere.
Her family, her husband, her kids. I can't, like, and then as a friend, as somebody who loves her,
Yeah, Tissa, you make all the money off this shit. Shut up.
like,
Keep
while
going.
the world is like sensationalizing,
Stay out of that one. Just keep moving.
you know, doing all their think pieces on it. And, you know, I saw somebody, why did she take the stairs? It just so ignorant. Like, it just is like, you can't imagine if that was your friend, if that was your daughter, if that was
That's fucking
your
rude.
wife, your mom, and you were watching that happen to her, you wouldn't. These are not the things that would be coming out of your mouth. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
And this expectation for you to know everything to do in that moment is bull. That's not you. Survival kicks in, fight or flight kicks in. The girl didn't have no shoes on.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
that was in the middle of a freak off. That was in the middle of a freak.
Exactly.
That was in the middle of a freak off. They'd had a freak off. He had punched her in her face. The court documents say that during the freak off, and you know, Cassie said the freak offs didn't just last an hour or two. They were days long experiences.
Damn.
In the middle of a freak off, he punched her in her face. Then little while later, he kind of dozed off. That's why he got socks on, right? He kind of dozed off. She then was like, I'm out. Again, you got to hit rock bottom 7 or 8 times. She grabbed what she could. She even grabbed her shoes and she ran out there. He woke up, heard her leaving. She was literally racing to the elevator, hoping something would happen. And we saw what happened. The elevator didn't come in time. If that elevator had come in time, who knows what would have happened.
Can you believe that there are people that would take money to hide something like that? That, like,
I do now. I do now.
So the one thing that I do agree about is I think this happens and it's very widespread in places where there are entertainment, money, and in the entertainment industry, whether it be acting, whether it be music, it seems like that's almost a perk, a beneficial perk of being in the in crowd. So I do think that they probably see stuff like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
But to the point of people saying, oh, that happens all the time, that doesn't diminish one person's pain. It means hold everybody
I wouldn't want
else
somebody beating on my baby like that.
accountable.
I don't
Really
think that's
quick,
good,
Jacqueline
man.
Carlson, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, generous super chat. Thank you, Jacqueline. She said, thank you, Tiffany. We are coming up to speak your truth. You're courageous and thank you for standing by Cassie. Unfortunately, Diddy had all these henchmen around him that did whatever he needed to be done. Unfortunately, Diddy had all of them around him. Okay. And they did do what needed to be done. Did you ever see even more evidence of that? Or was it kind of just like that intimidation with, you know, when you see people coming in squad deep and you're just like, oh my God, what do we do?
Sorry.
No problem.
Sorry, somebody was calling me. Hold on, let me put my phone on do not disturb. Sorry.
Good for this shit, man.
So
this is
what
gonna
do
be a
you say
lot
to
more. This is entertainment, bro. This is good entertainment.
What do you feel about
this? Is doing well. She's doing good at her job, bro. Like, you can't knock her, you know. Look at her. She's trying to grow her channel. She's doing fucking interviews now. Good for her, man.
Jacqueline, what she says about Diddy having his henchmen and
this is just going to be one
him.
of many that are coming down the pipeline.
I mean, yeah, those were the people that I saw that night of the Blind Dragon. That
Tissa is so
circle around her
wrapped up in this Diddy mess. She better have security.
That's why, like when I say what did you expect us to do? Like,
That's a
you
fact.
know, it's a lot of people. We're outnumbered. We're outnumbered, and we're out resourced, if that's even a thing. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Definitely.
Said it.
Also, I have a quick question. So
Mhm.
Jamie had a question where she says, what do you feel about where we are now in the world? Do you think if the climate was different back then that Cassie would have done more publicly, or you could have done more publicly, even as a friend? Or would you still have waited until she was ready to face the music?
I would have always waited until she was
Yeah.
ready. Like
Yeah.
I don't think that it's anyone's place to publicly
Yeah,
tell
that's
somebody else's
crazy, dude.
story. I
This
also do
story's
not believe that if I would have went to the police, I would have been
probably pretty
believed. I
big.
think I
It's
would have
probably
just
the
put her in
biggest
more danger. Um,
in
and
hip hop
I
ever,
think
right?
as far as the climate,
Ever?
the thing is like Cassie has never been the kind of person that's like sitting down, doing interviews, doing all of that. And I don't know if that's because of the
So do you
controlling
think
situation.
Hmm.
Like I've only,
big, dude?
like I saw her with him for a really long time as far as us working. So I don't know if the climate were different. I mean, maybe, because the thing is she used the Adult Survivors Act to file that lawsuit. It had to
Hmm.
exist for, shout out to Drew Dixon. She's somebody who fought for that.
Oh, Drew Dixon
Yeah,
with the
Drew Dixon
Russell
was a big
Simmons thing.
Yeah.
yeah, she was
Oh,
a big part of fighting for
That goes to
the
show
Adult
you,
Survivors
folks,
Act in New York. And
everything ain't pure
so I
perfect.
mean, yeah, it is
Everything
the
is
time
not
and climate,
pretty,
because if that didn't
even on
exist, she
that
would have
side
never
of
been
the
able to file
things.
it because it was outside of the statute.
They got their own.
that's a good
They got
point.
to
So
come back and be
yeah,
themselves at the end of the day,
I mean,
anyway. You got these people that are stars. In our eyes, they got to go back home and be themselves too, right? They got to go back home and be Sean Combs. She's got to go back home and be Tissa Tells, whatever. But come on, to think that these people are fucking any better than each other is we're giving them too much. That's where the power comes from. We're giving them too much.
but
They've already
also
got
like
the
What?
the
money.
social media. Look, we're on like
They already
what
got
we're
the money,
doing
man.
right now. We're on YouTube. You've built this incredible platform that reaches all of these people. I mean, I'm
Oh,
on the internet. I'm on my socials. I use my platform to speak. And so there's things there's new
Yeah, he
formats
didn't do nothing.
of
He didn't. When nobody
there's
set him
new
up.
formats for content that allow us to get around the gatekeepers to tell these
mhm.
stories.
You hear
Like
that?
when this was all first happening, like, I mean, fine, Instagram was around, but it was not being used for that yet. Like it wasn't
Mm.
what you get what I'm saying. Like there were just things that haven't, it's a process. So I don't know. I think a lot of things had to happen
Yeah.
for
Puffy just made bad decisions, man.
for
No doubt
things to
about
get
it.
here. Like it
I
just,
feel sorry for Puffy,
it took
I
time.
agree
but
It
with
I
took
that.
don't
time.
really if he's like this.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've heard a lot
It's
of
like
people, even with the
shout
Diddy
out,
thing,
but
being
no shout
a
out.
little bit cynical and being like, "Oh my God, you think he'd be
Not a
here
shout out.
if the powers that be didn't want to happen?" And I said, maybe 20 years
He's a
ago, when the
monster,
only way to
bro.
get your story out was on CNN or Dateline, or
Yeah.
when Rihanna with the Chris Brown had to go on
Yeah.
Diane tour or whatever.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah.
I don't think that, to Tiffany's point, I think that there are so many ways to get a story out if you wanted to, that the gatekeepers are actually freaking out because they don't have the same control.
I
Really
mean,
quick.
look at Puff. He apologized on Instagram. He didn't go sit down with Diane Sawyer. He didn't need to. You don't have to
Mhm,
anymore.
mhm,
Which makes you, I think, also creates a space where you feel safer. Because the other thing is that I don't think a lot of people understand when people are saying, like, why now? Why are y'all coming out now? People that call me a clout chaser and call other people the thing is the light is our protection. You know who we are now.
mhm,
Before, if I would have come forward and something happened to me, you would have never knew, because you didn't know who I was. You didn't know who these people were that are suing and this, that, and the third. And so it's like the light being on this is the protection. It is the safety that makes people feel a little bit more confident. How many lawsuits have been filed that makes the next lawsuit, the next person filing a lawsuit, feel a little bit more safe because you know what he's capable of, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, what were we about to say?
No. I know what you're capable of. I do want to say that I 100% believe you, and the
This
light
is
is
fucking
out.
nuts,
And like you
bro.
said, 10, 20 years ago, like you said, it could have been like Tiffany, who you walking home. This is a man that literally, and Kid Cudi agreed, blew up his car because Kid Cudi was trying to kick game. He beat up his assistant, according to
And y'all
Capricorn
didn't
Clark.
know about that. And y'all didn't know about that. He
Nope.
did that, and for years, that has been the worst kept industry secret ever. And the public didn't know about that, and nothing happened. And he's famous. So the people who
Yeah.
don't have fame and all of that, who don't have because also it's resources. You need resources to protect yourself. Like the
Mm-hmm.
more money you have, the more that you can insulate yourself. And so it just is it's a process. It's a process, man.
It's a process. I do want to say this for anybody that is interested in following Tiffany, supporting her initiatives. I just want to, in the middle, really quick, we'll get back to the conversation. This is riveting, but I
Yeah.
want to highlight the initiatives that Tiffany is actually working on right now. If you're watching this on playback after the live, in the description box, there will be a link to Tiffany's Instagram, the initiative she's working on. You can donate. Also, I know Tiffany don't want it. We'll put her Cash App in just in case, because we need some good music. But there's going to be a lot of initiatives she's working on. Um, Again, let's get into the initiatives and also her Instagram and her socials if you want to follow her and support, because she's not just
I don't see
doing
that
the
yet.
talk and saying, oh my God, even though talking is important. If you were just doing that, that'd be great. But you are actually
I
trying
don't see that
to
yet.
implement a system-wide change in an industry that I and many like me deem just rotten to the core. So let's get into some of your initiatives really quickly. Um, that's so lovely, Tiffany. I gotta say, you are so pretty, Tiffany. I know.
Oh,
At the
thank
time you're
you.
speaking, I'm like, pay attention, pay attention. Hold on, let's go.
Uh-huh.
I have this. So again, and we'll dive back into the conversation, but you guys, really quick, you also pinned a letter in Rolling Stone, like many people said, detailing how you were traumatized, because I think that's why so many people have questionable ties to abuse,
He's
because people
fucked.
don't realize it also
So many
traumatizes
people
the
are
people
want the
that
story.
it traumatizes the people that
So many people want this next story, and it's so wide open that anybody could get it. Believe it or not, anybody could get it. Anybody covering it,
also have to
they could
witness
just
it. So
drop
it's almost like
information
a
in your lap.
poison,
They
and
could
you
be
have
like,
to be strong
out of
to take.
nowhere, they say, "Hey, AD, we like how you've been covering Puff Diddy. You haven't been lying. You haven't been making shit up. How about this?" Boom, and they drop some info on me. It happens. It 100% happens. But
Take the abuse, but you also have to be strong to witness
this
this
is
and realize that
ugly,
you can
bro.
actually get the person out. So the
This is
initiatives
getting
that
bricked up.
you started, why don't you
She needs
take
to
us
make sure
through
she's got some
the
security.
100%ers? Tell us about that. There will be links in the description box for anybody that wants to get involved, but tell us about the 100%ers.
Okay, so the 100%ers is a nonprofit organization that I founded in 2020 in response to me speaking out. I was speaking out about
Good.
unfair compensation as a songwriter
I think
that
this is
went
all good for
viral
music.
back in 2020. And it sparked a movement that sparked an organization that I have been now building and leading for the last 4 years. And we do some excellent work in the music community. We've partnered with Sony Music Publishing and and actually Spotify as well, and have given out songwriter stimulus grants. We do song camps. We do protests. I mean, we do all kind of stuff. I would like to say I'd call myself the school newspaper is what the 100%ers is. It's a school newspaper. So it's like, if you want to know what's going on in the industry and like like from our royalties and like right now songwriters are fighting with Spotify, like you can find out what's going on with that, or the stuff with Puff. I'm really passionate about um combating abuse of all kinds in the music industry, and they all go hand in hand: financial abuse, psychological abuse, physical abuse, sexual
That
abuse.
shows you
It
right there,
all is
bro.
wrapped up into
Why
music.
isn't this shown
So
more though?
the Safe
Why
Music
isn't
Business
things like this
Initiative is something that
that's
we've been working on for the
beneficial
last
to
2 years.
people,
That was in
that
response to,
changes people's
honestly,
lives?
the
Why do
the
we not
the
see this ever? Why isn't things like this shown? I don't get it. Like, she's sitting here telling you what her business is founded, how she founded it.
this initiative,
How
in
many businesses can
particular,
do
and my
that?
work in this space is
To
from
show you a fucking program.
this situation,
Yeah, bro.
Mhm.
because I've seen abuse at a high level, and
That's sad, man.
I've
Puffy
seen
did all that to that girl, bro. To them
abusers
women, period.
protected at a high
Mhm.
level. And so,
It's
yeah,
fucking
we
dirty,
started the
bro.
Safe Music Business Initiative and launched the Safe Music Business Pledge and challenged a bunch of record companies and publishing companies and organizations to sign on and pledge to commit to creating safer spaces in the music industry,
When do we
creating
not hear about this?
you know, there being more transparency, more accountability, more repercussions, for these people. And we've gotten the Recording Academy, we've gotten some other, big organizations, like this organization called NMPA, which represents all of the publishing, songwriting, the music publishing companies. LVRN, the record label Summer Walker signed to, actually, LVRN, they took the Safe Music Business Pledge. But
Nice.
yeah,
I can't believe it's coming down like this,
grateful
man.
to them.
And it's cool because it's
But unfortunately,
the main media is gonna do their
most
thing.
of the
But
record companies
YouTube has really
and
shined
publishing
in this shit,
companies
bro.
and digital service
In the
providers that
exposed
we
game,
reached out
YouTube has
to
shined.
about this were either silent or just gave me a bunch of like run around.
Tiffany better
And
get some
it's a
security, bro.
very good example, like how they didn't show up to pledge to make things safer. It's a example of how somebody like Puff happens. Like when people are like,
Mhm.
Putting them on
how does this
blast.
happen? How did this go unchecked? Blah, 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 blah. The thing is when once somebody is a cash cow, all
Mm.
they're worried about is protecting the bread. They don't care what they're doing. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's what this is about. This is it, And
Mhm.
so,
It says a
when
lot.
it's the cash cow, they're protecting the money, and there's a whole lot more interest corporate wise to protect that one person than there is to protect people like me who's gone in the studio to write for them,
Mhm.
and so
It's
it's
the
a
fucking
systemic issue,
persona.
and it is a well-oiled machine. There are a lot of people,
Systemic, she
Drew
said.
Dixon is a great example, a brilliant executive that we lost because of this. Instead of these companies dealing with them, they just got rid of her. And
Yeah.
there's
Mm.
these companies, they have these they call them slush funds, big old budget, just to pay people off so that you
Yeah.
never hear about it, and so that things get settled, and you just never know. It never makes it to the news. It never, and
Po-
like, if it's not someone like
Bro,
Puff,
this is
this case
ugly,
specifically with Cassie and
ugly,
Puff
ugly, bro.
is
It's all bad.
the reason why it goes so crazy is because they are both celebrities. They're both massive. If she was
Oh,
not
good point.
massive, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like there's so many different pieces that
Yeah,
go
but
into
her
it,
career has
and
suffered
there's
because
so
of
many
him.
people whose job
Her
it is
career
to
has
protect the
suffered,
brand
homie.
at all costs, because the brand
Mhm.
is
Because
what's
they're
keeping the lights
protecting
on and
him,
paying
really.
everybody's bills and keeps us at the
And they're
Grammys. You
keeping
know what I'm
her
saying?
Yeah.
And so it is like, to
shelved.
go up against
And they're protecting
something like
Diddy.
this
And that's crazy.
it's not
Why you think
simple,
people
which is
are
why,
fucking
the
saying
100
sorry and
listeners,
shit?
we're focused
Because
on the
they
systemic
protecting
work,
Diddy.
um and challenging these companies. We did a Safe Music Business virtual panel. We actually had Tyrone on there. Tyrone Blackburn was on there. A therapist named Sarita Butler, she was on there.
See, man.
An activist
Nice.
named Alexa
Why
Nichols. She was
don't-
one of the subjects from Quiet on the Set. She's runs an
Yes.
organization called Eat Predators. She was on there.
Mm.
I'll send you the link so you can check it out.
Yeah,
and
I'll
we
put those in the
just talked
description box for anyone that
Yeah,
wants
and-
to. Go on.
Yeah, and we just spoke about like how do we create safer
Must be
spaces
still
in the music
talking to
business?
her.
Like obviously, like we're spreading the awareness about what's going on, but how do we make it better? And so, you know, I'm working closely with music companies and organizations to like
I'll tell you how you
develop
do it. You
systems
start arresting
that,
people.
like for instance, there's a system that we're talking about, like
You start
creating like
making
a check-in
people
system
being held for their actions. That's
for
what needs to start
writers
happening.
and producers when they go like it's like a publishing company, like, oh, let's
Yeah.
create a check-in system for all of our writers so that when they get to the studio, you know, we know that they're there. When they leave the studio, we know that they're leaving. When they get home, we know that they got home, so that there's some kind of, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like how they have with
Safety.
with what is it, Lyft or Uber, how you can like
Yeah.
the emergency stuff, you know. And so those are the things that I'm thinking about, like how do we create things and systems so that these situations never happen again, and if they do, there's a resource to go to. There's people to go to that aren't inside of the thing whose job it is to cover it up. Like for me, I'm a disruptor. I'm on the outside. My only goal is to evolve the system and make it better. And so, yeah.
So I just want to say the links will be in the description box.
Shout
when you
out
watch
to
this on
Super
replay.
Cow,
And also,
baby.
if anybody does want to enter the music system, don't let these
Shout
demons
out to
get you.
Super Co, baby. Shout out to Super Co with the 5 gifted subs, man. I appreciate you, bro. Keeping the heat hot in here, man. I appreciate you. I did get news, man. I get my mama Friday, bro. 1 p.m. Get to go get my mother. So we're going to be, like you said, I think it was you, putting some closure to some things, you know? I think that's what it's going to do for me. I hope. Because goddamn, I need it. Damn, I need it.
Right now, 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 right now.
Definitely, Pimp. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to the 5 gifted. Shout out to the 5 gifted, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. You crazy mofos. You guys are just crazy as me. You guys bring the entertainment shit. Some days I get up here, bro, I'm fucking lost. I'll be honest, the last week I've been kind of lost. But you know, I'm still doing it. I'm just I'd be this way if I was not on here, you know what I mean? I'd just be talking to somebody else. Don't matter. It's like I got people to talk to, you know what I mean? That only goes so far too. Talking to people real life, fuck, what are they gonna do? They can only do so much. Can't nobody heal my fucking pain. Nobody. That's gonna have to just take time, I guess. Closing some doors, closing some chapters. Moving on. But I'm willing, I'm ready. I mean, I ain't got no choice now, huh? I knew what the end game was anyway. I knew that from the beginning. It's just I never kept myself ready for it. I don't know why.
Down, please. I encourage you. If you know someone that wants to enter the music industry, or if it's
It
you
don't matter.
just take a drop. Sign up for the Safe Music Business Initiative. Get involved, because at least they can give you a path that even then your dreams can come true without you having to not just be compromised, but just get sucked into something that could take years and decades to get out of. Again, there is a way to pursue your dreams. You know, like you said, if we shine the light. So
Yeah, I think I got company
congratulations
coming
on the
over
Safe
tonight.
Music Initiative.
I
I
think
want to read some of these questions people are asking you, but also there's a few.
I left the door open for that, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can come over, hang out. I don't care. So I left the door open for company before work, but we'll see.
Few other things that you are involved in. The Safe Music business, the safe music business
Thanks for
initiative, I
watching,
think is
Super Co.
something very, very, very powerful. Also, you work with REIN. Imagine a free world without blinkual
Oh, I
violence.
don't work with REIN. I don't work with REIN.
Well, okay. Well, we are highlighting REIN.
I will
Okay,
support
we're still
REIN.
highlighting. Yeah, we
But I support
support
REIN.
REIN. Sorry.
Yes.
You support REIN.
See, so
Also,
she
I think
jumped
it's
out there,
very
didn't
important
she?
in this
She goes,
conversation.
I
just
don't work
wanna
with
say
them.
this, and Tiffany, of course, wants to say this. REIN, imagine a world free of blinkual violence. Together, we can make it happen. Show the world and the people you love that you stand with survivors. There are initiatives. There are things that you can sign to actually get things moving along on the legal. Also, you can also
And they have
donate.
a hotline. They have a hotline.
Yes. So if anybody needs it, this hotline, it is the National Blankual Assault Hotline. It is free, it is confidential, and it is 24/7. It is 800
That's pretty nice of people.
HOPE. You can even chat. If some reason you feel so unsafe that you cannot make phone calls, you can chat with them now. They are available over the phone. They are available on the web. And it is 24/7. It only takes a second. Maybe the 7th or 8th time will be the last time that you have to go through this. So please also,
That's
if you are
crazy, bro.
experiencing this,
I do
or
feel
if someone
sorry
you
for
love is
people that are stuck in
experiencing,
domestic violence
please
situations,
raise
bro. I do.
awareness. Also,
And they feel like they can't get out because of whatever reason. You know, it is what it is, man. I don't think it's
also
good
that
at
is
all,
for the
though.
Blankual Assault Hotline. And let's not forget that a lot of DV does involve blankual assault. Even if these people look like your boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, it still happens.
It's
Also, for
scary,
National
bro.
Domestic Violence
P. Diddy is
Hotline,
probably shaking in his boots.
for
You know he's
women
watching
and
Tissa.
children, it
You
is
know he's watching Tissa, dude.
1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-SAFE. Please lock those phone numbers in under Pizza Hut, mom, brother, sister, whatever you actually need to do to stay safe. Also, okay, so
Pizza
we
Hut.
got to that. Tiffany, I have a few questions for you. We're going to go to the chat. If you could just stay with us a little bit longer. I
Yeah.
want to get to these questions. And also, if you have a little time, before we get to the questions, let me ask you this, right? Because, I'm always like, making fun of Diddy, like he's just like, yeah, you beautiful, right? Mouth open, in your face, super intense, right?
Yeah.
But to get that type of sway and pull over people, what was Diddy actually like in real life when you first met him? Not when he was like acting crazy.
Appreciate you,
Do you
Casino.
think he had charisma? Was he
I know. I
charming?
thought this
Did
was
he
good enough
turn
to
on
talk
and off?
about, man. I
Why
mean,
don't
it's
you
more
describe
news.
your first impressions of him?
When you got somebody stepping
Well,
out and
so there
speaking
was
about
like a
it,
time.
whoa, like, dude, the feds are probably so knee deep in this. We're over here fucking blabbermouthing about it like we know it all. And the feds are like, chill out, man. We got this.
When
Well,
I
come
was
on,
starting to
man.
get
People
like
are being
really
hurt.
excited about my songwriting. I think it was in like 2016.
People are being hurt by these
somewhere
people,
around
bro.
there. And
Start doing
he
something.
was
FBI.
like, love you Tisa, you there? Oh, there you are.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there.
Oh,
I can hear you.
yeah. But I remember him
Well,
being
hold on.
like,
We're
oh
having
my God.
technical difficulties for some reason. Hold on. It's okay. Listen, we're going to wait for it to. Okay, it's better. Let's go.
It's better?
Good job, Tissa.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Yeah, he was definitely very oh, you're back down. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You keep like going down. Your image keeps going down and it turns into like a spinny wheel.
Does it?
I can see you now. Yeah, I can see you now. But
Okay.
I'll just keep going. It's
Okay.
fine.
No, you talk. I'm going to turn my camera off just to see if I can fix it. But please go on.
Okay.
Oh, come on,
he was
Tissa.
definitely very like I would characterize it as like love bombing. Like he just was like, oh my gosh, like I remember the first time, I heard your stuff. It reminded me of Esther Dean, just gassing me up, just like, making me feel like the greatest writer in the world,
That's what they do, bro.
and
Frost watching too?
Definitely
Bet your
very
ass he is.
charismatic, very
You
like,
bet your ass he is.
he has like a seductive energy, kind of like just pulls you in. pulls you in kind of energy. And yeah, definitely charismatic.
Definitely
Definitely
charismatic.
charismatic.
Pulls you in.
And
I can
yeah,
go on.
his energy is very like I said, it's seductive. It's curious, you know, like it's curious. And it's weird because it's like
You got wives.
there would be times like I've seen him
You got
be mean to
wives.
somebody else, but then like
Why
not
are
be
you
mean to
dating
you.
other
Like I've seen
women?
him like,
Why are you flipping out about?
Yell at the engineer and then like get back to talking to me about whatever, and he's talking to me calmly and nicely and all of that. So it created that like eggshell, like I don't know if he's gonna flip who he's gonna flip on, but yeah, his like he has a lot of bravado. I mean, like what you see on TV is what he's like in person, like
Oh, that's
definitely.
fucking
And
perfect,
the
ain't
thing
it?
is like I remember when I first met him, like before I knew about
Take
everything,
notes, Frost.
like that
Write your
very
script
first
down.
time I talked to him on FaceTime with Cass. And I remember being like, oh my God, like I'm on the phone with Sean Combs. This is crazy, like he's
That's what it does to you.
Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Lil Kim, Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a songwriter. I'm in the music industry. This is my career. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not just like, I'm not just here to party, like, and so I was excited to work with Cassie. I was excited that he was excited about the music that we were making. And he but yeah, just larger than life. Like I remember I went to the Can't Stop Won't Stop party at his house. And like that was the first party I had ever gone. I think I might have gone to like 2 parties that he's had. But that was the first one that I went to. And it just is like everything that you think it is. Like I just was like, wow. First of all, you see all the access because everyone is there. So then you're like, damn, he know everybody. So then you just like, shoot. But also it just is it's like a show. It's like just like a big show, where
Holly
it's
weird,
I don't
y'all.
know.
Holly
When he
weird.
comes
Hold on,
out
I
and he's
gotta
in a
go piss in my
suit
sink.
and it's a whole thing, like
Yeah.
he's like Great Gatsby. And I think there would be people that like, just wanted to stop and get a glimpse of him. Like it was like, wow, like who does it this big? So yeah, like definitely charismatic and charming, very charming. And like I said, seductive. He had like some kind, it just was like, it pulls you kind of energy. Really intense. Like when he talks to you, like it's like not breaking eye contact. It's like looking you in your face, like, you know what I mean? It's very intense.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question though. What was the first and when was the first time you remember him breaking that whole like Gate Gatsby? Because again, I get it a little bit. I saw an interview with Diddy with Ellen that's resurfacing. And to me, it was giving like narcissist the way like Ellen asked him a question that what you talk about this aggression what roll off him is not funny
All
because
right.
if you listen to it, it didn't sound, but
I
there was
go
just
make sure you
aggression in the body language.
not
And
you,
then
Echo.
Yeah.
Ellen was getting uncomfortable.
No.
But Ellen challenged him a little bit, and then he just got this angry, like he was about to blow up and snap. And Ellen started getting uncomfortable, and then he was like, "You know what? Let's dance." And then she was like, "Okay." And
So
I
you're
was
just
like,
like,
"Yo, that's
what
the
is going
food you."
on? Yes.
That's how she looked. And she knows him like,
Yeah.
you're trying to throw me off. So what was the first time that you saw the mask slip? And did the mask ever get back on once you saw it slip?
No. Once the mask slips, you don't see it
The
no more.
the very first time I saw the mask slip was when I heard him yelling at her. Like I had like that was the first time. But like I said, I didn't know all the way then, but when it was her birthday that night of the emotional singing bee and blah 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 blah, like after that I was like,
there ain't no more mask after that.
this is weird. Like this is weird. I felt like it was weird for a long time. Like from it didn't take long. His mask slipped for me from the beginning.
But after it slipped, did he try to at times you know, get you under his spell and charm you again, and then you saw
Yeah.
it slip again? Or once, okay,
Yeah.
so he always was
Absolutely.
trying.
Yeah, like that like when I first met him at her party and he, oh, so you're the one that's talking about me. I remember he came up to me after that, like a little bit after, and he was like, I was just playing, right? And I was like, you weren't
What?
playing. Yeah, it was weird. I was playing, right? I was like,
Yeah.
but he does that, like he just tries you to see if are you gonna stand up for yourself? Are you gonna stand your ground? Are you gonna fold? Or you like it's like how that saying of like, people know who they can mess with. Like people try you. They try to he's the kind of person that like will violate your boundaries like, slowly. So then you're like in those situations like how you were just talking about with Ellen where you're just like, what is going by the time you figure out what's going on, it's you've already been spun in a circle. He's a master manipulator.
That's
Master
the way that
And
manipulator.
it's like
like
a
he was
show. And
fun.
because it's so flashy and it's such a show, and then it's like so many
Master
people,
manipulator.
it's the chef, it's the this, it's the that. Especially if you're in his world. Like I've never been around him and not been in, majority of the times that I've been around him, all the times that I've been around him, outside of maybe at one time, I think I've been around him at Chalice before, but all the other times I've been around him have been at his house. So I'm in his world. Like whether it was a party or whether it was, you know what I mean? I was always with Cass, doing stuff, but like it was never not all of it was grandiose. So it's like you've got this like manipulative thing, this aggressive thing, this grandiose thing, all wrapped up into one thing. It's very, very confusing.
I
Yeah,
bet.
I have to think that
I
he did
bet.
that on purpose. Right before you guys, we're gonna go to the questions in 1 second. I know the super chat. You guys
She's
have
killing
a
it,
lot
dude.
of questions for
She's
Tiffany. We're
killing
gonna
it,
go
bro.
through them. Just one question before we go to the chat. Why do you think? And this is just your opinion, right? Why? And I have my opinion. What is the reason or the many reasons why you think that the people around him have allowed that to happen? I know it's money, it's access. The industry, like you said, is protecting cows. But do you think that there's something on a deeper level or something else that you notice that you think we're missing as to how this is
People are
just
scared. They're scared.
They're in trouble too.
Like this stuff is not a joke, and so I think when you see what
Damn,
somebody is
they're
capable of with
scared.
your own eyes, you move different. And the thing is, like one of my friends, he used to always say, it's easier to get into something than it is to get out. And and so I think that there are some people that are around him that are I think there's people who are complicit, who may now be caught up in it, who may have been around so long that their intention might not have been to do some any of this kind of stuff, but you're around long enough, now you complicit, now you might be in trouble. I think there's people who are afraid, there's people who just don't care, and there's people that are part of the whole thing, part of the program, like
I believe it.
and so it's just kind of like I think everybody has a different agenda, but the bottom line is I know a lot of people are scared. People are scared. Yes, they're scared. People are scared for their life. People are scared for their lives. People are afraid for their livelihoods, their careers. And I can say this as someone whose livelihood, some of my livelihood was derailed by him in all of this. It's like the industry is small, and he's been in control and on top for a really long time. So it's like all these people got to do is make a call, and now you never work again in this town. That's real. That's a real thing. So between livelihood, and people could say, oh, money this, money that. I'm sorry, when's the last time that you paid your rent with no money? It don't work like that.
Nope.
I'm sorry. When the last time you tried to buy one of these houses, 3-bedroom houses for $700,000? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is America. This is a capitalist society. So there's no world. There's no
It's scary that
world as
the amount of people are going to come out against him now.
Where
People are going to be
you don't have to take care of yourself too. And so I think
because
I think people are afraid of retaliation.
This
I
was
think it's
paid.
a slew of reasons, but then I think that there's some other
And
bad
now other people are going to
Like,
start
some
coming out
people-
about it.
There are some people who've been
That's all it's
corrupted
going to take.
through the process.
They're going to start witch hunting this dude.
You know,
He's getting the witch hunt.
It's a bunch of a myriad of reasons.
No,
And
you
then maybe some of them are abused too. Shoot, you never know. You don't know what people are going through. Like I be thinking that like I don't know any of these other women that have dealt with him personally, but I just cannot imagine that if he's doing that to her, that he's not doing that to them. It just doesn't make sense. So he just did that to Cass and Gina. That's it. But nobody else. Like that doesn't make sense. And so like somebody like Young Miami, for instance, like, you know, I don't know her. I don't know her circumstances. And, you know, but like, how do we know she's safe? We don't know. We don't know what the
That's a
truth
good point.
is. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know. And to see what he's capable of, it's like people are afraid of the same things happening to them. And that's a healthy fear because we know he'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's blowing up people's cars.
When you quit, because you know what, and again, you're right. I waver back and forth between what's going on with Young Miami. It looks like she's done with Diddy for good, but you're right. We actually don't know what someone's going through. And if
No.
somebody is a monster, yes, she could very well be the Ghislaine Maxwell, the Diddy's Epstein, or she could just be another Virginia, the young woman that was actually a victim.
She could be another
And
victim.
yeah. It
And
does,
so it's
because
like all these people that are quick to judge, right? Like this is a very tricky situation. And it's a dangerous situation. And so that's why when I was saying it frustrates me because DV is so common, you know, SA is so common. Why is everyone acting like they don't know what's happening? Stop it. You know what's going on. You know it's not that easy to just get away and leave and whatever. And when someone has resources, people always thinking, oh, you staying around for the money. No, you're stuck because of the money.
That might be a
It's
reason
because
too.
of you
need that money, man.
It's a resource.
You got to pay your rent too.
And what's not
Your
for sale in
fucking
America?
insurance on that house ain't gonna be cheap this year.
What is not for sale? So
Shit,
it's just
homie.
like you
That's
don't
the truth.
know what's
Now you done
going
made
on
this
behind the
lifestyle up
scenes.
for
All
me.
you know is what people are showing you front facing.
That's true, man.
Like, you know, all these people,
That's so true.
I felt for her this whole time, man. Like I'm like, all y'all, you know, attacking her, tearing her down, trying to do all of this stuff, and it's like, focus on him, his behavior, not she didn't do nothing to y'all. Focus on him. Focus on him.
Young Miami?
I think nobody's.
Yeah, I'm saying she didn't. I'm saying everyone's focused on what she's.
You're right about that. I think that for myself, the one thing with Young, because I waver back and forth.
Minus the Gina thing. The Gina thing was pretty bad.
That's what I mean. When she did that thing with Gina, I was like, are you abused? Are you in on this? But you are right until the facts come out.
But I think it might be both.
Exactly. But
true.
Yeah. Listen. I'll take it easy on Young Miami moving forward because it wavers. That Gina thing was weird, but you know what? You
never
know. In perspective. You never know at the end
of
the
the
day.
It's a cycle.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, he is the target. He is the one.
That's all I'm saying.
And the chips will fall out. Let me ask you a question though. What was your impression
He
of the
is the
situation
target.
with Gina
Damn.
and Diddy?
You got some women on you, bro.
Because there was a little overlap.
You got some women on your head, dude. That ain't good.
When I say overlap, Cassie was on her
You
way
better
out.
hope they ain't telling the truth.
And Gina was like coming
Boy,
in. So
oh
there was like
boy.
a little bit of overlap. What was your impression of that? And I know, like,
You
I'm
got
not
some
asking
women
you to
on your
speak
top,
for
bro.
thing, but just what was your impression, or what do you remember seeing, hearing, or even hearing from others?
Good job, Tissa.
I mean, my impression, I don't really know too much about Gina, honestly.
Okay.
But you know, my impression was just she just was somebody else that was just caught up in the thing. You know, when she came forward in 2019, like listening to her, you know, it's crazy because actually I watched that interview with Cass. Me and her watched it together.
Oh, really?
They be watching. They be watching.
And
what was the feeling in the room about the interview?
Like, It was almost like I remember back then thinking, oh my God, is this it? Like where we are now, I remember thinking, oh my God, she just, told her story. I believe her. This sounds like, yeah. And I remember watching not a single blog, no one picked it up. No one covered it. No one. All these people saw it and no one said a peep. That's when I was like, oh crap. Like,
So yeah.
you
She
know what I'm
must have
saying? It
coached
was
her
like,
into like
and it was
throwing down on him
because,
though.
of the nature of their relationship, it's like, because you don't agree with somebody's lifestyle, that means their humanity doesn't matter. So it was like, oh, she's just a this anyway. No, she's a human being, is what she is.
I
And
thought
I'm saying
Gina.
that being Cassie's homegirl.
Oh yeah.
Gina is a person, and so I think that like when
Who was
what
Gina?
happened when
I'm
she
not
came
sure.
forward, I feel like people just tried to
Gina.
like brush it off.
Gina.
And also she not famous. She's not, all
True.
these things, but she said it. She said it. And no one listens.
I actually heard on
said it.
my end, I was just starting off in YouTube, and on my end, I heard that the big agencies had put the squash on that, didn't want no one
Yeah.
talking about it. That's why it didn't hit the blogs or anything. And even
Didn't
when
hit
I
nothing.
was going to cover it, I had a few of my girlfriends call me and be like, yo, Puff is into some really dark shit. You might want to just
This
step
is what I'm
away.
saying
And I'm
though.
like,
This is
what?
Yeah. This
There
is
I
what I'm
am.
saying. Those were my impressions. Like watching how the
Here I
industry
am.
did not react to
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
her
unsafe
coming
now.
forward was like, oh my God.
This is crazy, bro.
Everybody
glued
else,
to it,
this
man.
is scary. This is scary
It
that she could
was.
account something
I'm
so
glued to it.
violent and
It's like I'm
people
going to
not
hear
believe
something
her.
new.
I bet you they believe her now.
Diddy's a
I
monster,
think she was
man.
telling the truth when she was going on
Me
Instagram
too.
Live, and she had carpet on her floors. Everybody thinks I'm joking, but I was like,
Shit,
you're
what?
messing with a billionaire, and you are living in like a place with I don't know why the juxtaposition just was like, this is an abusive relationship. He has like
Cardboard
a
floors.
hold over
I've never
her.
seen cardboard
And she
floors
was always
before.
trying to get his attention. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to go into it because she said some really horrible stuff happened to her. But it shocked me that people saw, like, you guys.
Who's
And
she
when I
talking
say
about?
the carpets on
Gina.
the floor, that's because people are like, you're a gold digger. You're trying to get money. And I'm like, she's not even taking money from this man. Like, what is going on? So,
Gina,
but
who,
even
man?
then, just because you take money from someone, that doesn't change anything. Abuse. And
Yeah.
like you said, the money is what actually keeps you from leaving. Like, it's a prison. It's not as simple as I'm just gonna go be broke. It is a prison, and most
Yeah,
likely
because you got
they
lifestyle
have
to keep
somehow
up.
bought everybody that you've come to care about that's allowed around you. So they distance all the people that are trying to pull you out, just how you were pushed out. And then everybody around you is either on their payroll or they are loyal because they think they're going to get some money. And worse
Mhm.
yet, that even when you leave them, the people you swore were your friends, not your friend, but the people that you grew to believe were your friends, they all flow with the money. So you are literally walking away from everyone, and the respect you used to get, that's gone. The people, the secrets you told, they're telling. It's a very, very sick situation. So, you know what? I will say this to myself and everyone: we will have more sympathy and see Gina as a person. We already know Gina's a victim, but even Young Miami, even though, because abuse,
That's
she
crazy.
could be a big victim.
She got called out.
Abuse shows and
It's
manifests. Some people get aggressive, some people get quiet. So,
But
yeah,
it's like allow her. I think
yeah.
the thing that's missing from all of this
I'm
is
watching
grace.
too.
Give people grace.
Any of y'all that
There's
just
no one walking this
ain't going
earth
nowhere,
that
huh?
can understand what it's like being
Shout
in
out
this
to y'all.
situation, except for the people that are in it. And at the end of the day,
Shout out to
everybody is
y'all.
a human being. And until people come out and tell their story themselves, like Cassie did or like Gina did, it's unfair to
Put it with a lawsuit
assume
though.
that they
Put it with a
haven't been through
lawsuit.
anything.
Get some money
It's just
from it.
not.
You know what? We will wait for the chips to fall and we will disregard the tweets to Gina because She could have been
I mean,
talking crazy.
that tweet was awful. Like, I
It
agree
was
with you.
wild.
That tweet was
But-
awful.
But
Two things.
you know what? We will offer grace. And who are we? But
Yeah.
I know on my channel, we will offer grace to Young Miami because you're right. You never truly know
That's who they're talking about.
what's going
Gina?
on until you're
Yeah.
in the thing. And she could be both victim and perpetrator, or she could be all
She
victim.
could be terrified too.
Yes.
The odds of that girl not scared is unlikely. It's a scary situation, you know. And so it just, and then also I think, like, you know, it's a scary situation.
She unfollowed Diddy, didn't she?
Facing.
She gave him
Yeah.
a big unfollow.
Because also, like, in the court of public opinion, you really are damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's always gonna be somebody that's like, why didn't you do it this way? Say it this way, show up this way, whatever, you know. And so, yeah, I just really ask the public for grace and, like, real compassion. Compassion might be the word too. Like, compassion. Like, nobody is perfect. She said that terrible thing. And who knows, maybe one day she'll own it and apologize, or maybe she won't. But just because she said that doesn't mean that something that this thing can't be true too. And
I agree.
You know,
but she did threaten to have Diddy grape Gina because Diddy showed up at the ward. She was like, "You a munch? I'll have Diddy. If I say so, Diddy will have you on your knees eating my pee." Blah blah blah. But that said,
it's terrible. Like, I'm not agreeing with what she's saying.
Wow.
Things can be true. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, girl, I feel you. Honestly, listen, as a woman, I'm literally just intellectualized, but as a woman, 100% I feel what you're saying. And you bring up a point, and that's why I like these conversations, because at the end of the day, we don't know what Young Miami's situation is. And until it comes out, when you are around the monster, we will assume that the people around him are victims. And again, that's why I like having these conversations, because you really put it in focus. Both things could be true. None of them could be true. But at the end of the day, Diddy is the person we need to take down, and everything else will fall into place and the truth will be revealed. But when it comes to people around him, from Young Miami to his children to the thing, we need to offer grace, because again, I would have never in a million years thought that Cassie and Diddy and Cassie was going through that. I would have never in a million years thought.
It's like you see the tape, and then you're like, oh, it just puts a whole different spin on everything. So you don't know.
The lawsuit hit. I remember, like everyone else, seeing them. They were the golden couple. She was so beautiful. They seemed so happy. They seemed like,
she was 20 years younger than him.
No,
it wasn't the golden couple to me.
Like, what?
That was weird from the get-go, dude.
If you had heard the blind
that was
item
weird
about this, you know, most people
thought it was weird from the get-go.
were on like Lipstick Alley or like the old school 2000 blogs that will whisper about it. But you would have just shrugged
but nobody
it off.
believed it.
Yeah.
And the people who had the platforms that we would have believed were quiet.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, to circle back to the why now? Because it finally is being believed. It's finally being taken serious. It's finally being heard. And he is finally weakened enough when it comes to his power, his status, his all the things, where there are people that feel brave enough to come forward.
So fucking
and so I'm
true,
just
bro.
like, give people grace. Anybody that's coming forward right now in the middle of this scary crap, give them grace, because most people that are watching would never.
Janie.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And we have to,
Seventh
even people
lawsuit.
associated with the monster,
This woman's a
we
model.
need to realize that regardless of what front presents, there might be
Fucked her
something
over, made her.
going on.
They can do all kind of weird shit to him.
Around him a chance
like
to tell their story in their time and just focus on taking on over Diddy. Let me get to,
you focus on taking over Diddy, girl.
I like having these conversations.
You getting it done, girl.
To just
you are single-handedly wounding Diddy. Believe it or not, Tissa. You need to make sure you're safe. I don't know who needs to hear that, but make sure that woman stays safe, man.
Things in perspective.
Somebody's gonna hurt this lady.
Really quick, let's.
I hate to hear about it.
Ren V, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. She said, "Hey, girl,
but man, you don't get this deep.
L, thank you for being a member for
on a
25
celebrity
months.
without them watching you.
Since
they're watching you.
The camera call quality has not gotten any better. You said, hey, Tisa, keep telling us it all. Roz TM said, that's attempted murking, and that has no time limit to report. You can still report it. Again, you can, there are some things that have no time limit to report, but two, and I think Tiffany will co-sign this, I feel like if you come out there and put yourself out there and people are already looking for a reason to call you a liar, that didn't happen.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, if you survived
very
and you moved
true.
on, why do you want to
Hit the like
re-traumatize yourself?
button for
And then
me,
you have yourself ripped
y'all.
apart on the stage.
See
What
how
do
I've
you
been
say to
keeping
stuff
the
like that, Tiffany?
the
I mean,
the
you
videos
like what Diddy
horizontal
said, make sure a target until there's
horizontal
people
mode,
on the
y'all.
other side where, you know, because it's still we're dealing with survival, like,
Yeah.
you know, and so it's like you're not gonna do something until you know that it's safe or a little bit safer than it
Yeah.
was, you know. So yeah, I agree.
Even Cassie in that video, I can imagine how traumatizing it was, but also to the fact of and social media is the new town hall, you know? So I can
Hmm.
imagine how scary it is to have to reveal this and then don't know whether you're going to be mocked, people calling you a liar, people making memes, people making jokes. Thank God the public opinion is moving in the right direction. But it's
Yeah,
just a scary thing to even have to put
it's
yourself
so
out there
fucking
and feel
scary for a
people are
woman. I
going to
guarantee
support
it.
you. So
I guarantee it, dude.
again, it
My
is
mama got
attempted,
hit
but
on by
again,
one
I
man.
think
I didn't
this might
care
be a
for it,
question
and
for
he
law
had to go.
enforcement. Like, if you
But
not even law enforcement,
she,
prosecutors, if you have evidence, why don't y'all move? Why don't y'all move? Because at the end of the day, your job is to take predators out of society. Yes, get
And
justice
it's
for the
them that press
individual
the
victim.
charges. And
Yes,
it's them that press the charges. It's not an individual. Like when people are like, "Why didn't you press charges?" You don't press charges. The state presses charges, right? Isn't that how it works?
mm,
that's exactly how it works, because the
Yeah.
state's job is
nah,
to keep
you still have to
predators
show
out
up because
of
you're the
the
victim.
general population.
You
You
still
want
have to go to
justice for that
court.
victim, but sometimes if the
The
victim says
victim,
no, I'm not gonna, they'll still press charges because they're like, we can't
but
be
the
having
pressing is,
murderers out here. We can't have abusers out here. So it is something where we look at
it's
our
not many
prosecutors
times that
and
they're gonna
say
go all
they
the way to
need to
trial
do
without a
a better
victim, y'all.
job and be more
You
strict.
gotta have a victim.
Vicky says Diddy is a disgusting waste of human time. I hope he gets a good taste of his own medicine. Would love to see Diddy and Suge sharing a cell together.
Oh,
KG. Yeah, KG. Thank you so much for being a member.
Diddy and
L.
Suge, huh?
Allen said,
That'd be a
for
cute
you,
one,
Tisa
wouldn't it?
Jamas, thank
That'd
you
be a
so much for that
podcast.
super chat. Also, Nicole Harris said, Tisa, ask her about Wednesday. Did they sacrifice animals, sheep, lambs, goats? And why and what religion did Diddy practice that sacrifice animals? Do you know anything about Diddy's religious practices, or did you ever see anything?
No, I never seen
Yeah.
anything. No.
Okay. And do you
That's
know
good
the
for her to
Wednesday?
say
Ask her
yes
about
or no.
Wednesday.
What's
Did they,
Wednesday?
or is it witchcraft? Maybe they're talking about witchcraft. Santeria? No,
Oh.
Santeria doesn't sacrifice animals, I don't think. Or is it
Mhm.
chickens? But you don't know anything about Diddy's religious practices. You've
No.
never. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
She's literally
Prissy
just
Poodle,
Cassie's
thank you so
friend.
much for gifting that membership. You guys say thank you to Prissy Poodle. Kat R. Paul said, so glad to catch the live and not catch the replay like I normally do. Love the work you do and your compassion. Welcome, Tiffany. My heart hurt when I saw your videos talking about how you were traumatized. Blessings. If you guys follow Tiffany on Instagram, she actually goes live. She talks about a lot of stuff. Tiffany, why don't you tell us your Instagram handle in case people want to follow you right now?
It is I am Tiffany Red.
Tiffany Red, y'all.
I am
I
Tiffany Red
am
on
Tiffany
Instagram. Go ahead
Red.
and follow her, you guys, and show her
I
some support.
am Tiffany
Sun
Red.
says there's a signature energy you
Her
can't
fine
explain when you're
self.
surrounded by
Red
people who
bone.
do this. You'll freeze. There's plenty of places along Wilshire to do this. That's so true. I don't think until you've been around, and maybe it's a blessing. They say that people that are maybe narcs or sociopaths, they say they're somewhere between 3 and 9% of the population. It is a blessing when you are not, and you have never been around that energy, so you don't understand. Because when you're retelling the story, you're like, well, did they grab you? And you're like, no, it was just some weird energy that you just,
Damn.
it was flowing through you. So
Yeah.
definitely.
That's scary
Pam
shit, y'all.
said, Hi, Tisa. Tiffany Red seems like a good friend. She seems like a real good friend. I don't want Tiffany partying with me. Like, girl. Oh, so Jamie had a great thing. She actually said, let me just read this to you. She said, I love me some Tiffany. Wonder what her sign is. She's a protector, even when she's not covered. And I said, you're beautiful like a Gemini, but you got that mothering instinct of a Libra. What's your sign, Tiffany, if you want to share that with us?
I am a Capricorn. My birthday is Christmas Eve, December 24th.
We should have known because Capricorn's got that mothering energy too. And y'all got that energy where it's like,
You were wrong.
No. Yeah.
You're wrong.
Once you figure out
about it. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't be with us Libras.
Jamie,
Us Libras are the lovers, man. We're the scales, bro. We equal the balance out. You know,
Girl Jamie is a
we
big,
balance
big
everything
fan
out.
of yours. She just loves from the beginning when you first spoke your truth. Yeah. Aram, listen, Aram says abusers also like to threaten you with hurting your loved ones if you leave
Most
or
definitely.
speak up. That is true too. That is true too. So it's like, yeah, you have to hold grace for the people you know. But like Tiffany said, even the people we don't hold grace. And I'm going to even say this to myself. We don't know what Young Miami's going through. We don't know whatever. And just because people have been silent, again, maybe they're still scared.
Maybe she needs to drop a
I
fucking.
think that he's destined for jail, but the world is a crazy place, and you
Dude,
never know.
they
And
still on
like you said,
interview.
a lot of people were
Holy
enabling him,
shit,
and those
dude.
people aren't being held accountable. So
She is kicking ass,
people
dude.
who are not silent.
Dude, Tissa is rocking this thing, bro. I gotta give her respect, man. Tissa is able to rock this thing this long.
You know, like it
Exactly.
just is like, you know, it drives me crazy when people are like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything? And then
Gemini
you got
season.
people
I don't know what season it is.
just
I'm
in life
not.
in general who say something every single day and people don't believe them. You know, it's I saw something the other day that said the statistic on domestic violence, like an arrest, takes 4 times before that person is arrested usually. You know, it's like you're not believed, you're not supported, the system doesn't support it. There's all these short
Jack at
statutes of
home watching,
limitations. So by the
giggling
time you
along with
finally,
Tissa.
you
The
know,
way
heal
Tissa
enough
acts,
and
how
find
so
the courage,
goofy.
it's too late. You know what I'm saying? It just is
Shut
like
up,
all
Trail.
pre-scripted. It's set up for you to fail.
Jack's at home
It
watching
is.
Tissa
It
like
is.
he's a
And you
little
got to
goofy
wonder why
boy,
the system's set up
watching her
like
act
that.
so
But you're right.
goofy.
It is
Oh,
set up
Tissa.
that
Ain't that right,
they
Jack?
want you to lose faith,
Man, this is going to
lose
be
hope, and just
one
go away
after the
quietly.
other,
And
after
even
the
at
lose
times,
other,
like,
money.
after the other.
and lose money.
Because
And
guess
you can't
what?
even fight, you can't even afford
Because
it.
now Tiffany Red's going to go on this woman's platform. She's going to go on this person's platform. She's going to talk about things that she didn't talk on this interview. It's not good for this man. Diddy.
You can't, you know.
See ya.
No. And I was going to say, it is
See ya.
funny that
Because she's
a
about
lot
to
of
make a
people in the
press run
industry
now.
that have come out kind of
Bet
to
you.
support the Diddy, it seems like their
This
main
would be her
excuse
biggest
is
start.
either one, it happened so long ago,
Then she just trickled
or
down.
two, well, everybody
Art of
said it.
dialogue.
And you're just like you said, upside down world. But I feel like they've
Maybe a
been
Vlad.
in the industry for so long.
Yeah.
That's what they
It's
honestly
coming.
feel like, girl, come on. You know? Like
It's
somebody's
like the
trying to get
people
over.
back in the day. Like I'm sure when they were having the conversations in the 1920s about making it illegal to beat your wife, were the people that were like, "This is BS. She shouldn't have been talking like that." And then there's the people that are like, you know, the people like us that are like, we are humans. We are, you know, and so it's like whenever there's things that are evolved that were the way that they were, like the music business has been trifling the whole time. So what do we? That's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do, because I'm like, I'm not leaving it the way that
I think she talked to her real quick. I think she talked to her real early on, like a short conversation, you know, and then it kind of geared up for this. I think. Don't take me for certain, but I think that's where you probably seen her with Tissa. But Tiffany Red's well known. Yeah, people know who she is.
Found it because the thing is most of
She be writing all the music and shit, man, for all these little
he was
chickies.
19. I was 20. You know, most of my friends that are in the business that I've known almost 20 years now, we all met 18, 19, 20, 21, 17, you know, and so you get in this business and you make these big decisions, these record deals and these publishing deals and doing deals with all these people who from the before you even walked in the door had the intention of
Screwing you over.
robbing you, abusing you, confusing you, taking advantage of the things that you don't know.
Yep.
You don't know.
I agree with
you
that.
20 years old walking in and signing a record contract. You're just excited that your song is all big or whatever. That this is what the person is. You don't know. No one knows what someone's gonna do until it happens, you know. And so,
I agree.
I don't know. I
No,
don't even know
definitely.
what made me think
No,
that, but
I agree.
no, but you have a good point. To the point Son said, you're in their 20s. They want to hang out, not have FOs. Like again, you're walking into a wolf's den, and I think that's perfectly put, where people from the door have nefarious
that's the system.
intentions. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a system. B, thank you so much for the super chat. You said 10K watching, only 2.2 likes. If you guys are hitting
10K watching, yo.
please hit the like button. And yes, this is a
10K
phenomenal,
watching,
Tiffany
y'all.
Red. Also, Saya Marie, thank you so much for being a member.
Good job, chick.
KB, thank you so much for the super sticker. Kay, thanks
Good
for being a member.
job.
Nicole Harris said, Diddy is 25 years older than Miami. She's a victim. You know what, Nicole Harris? She has to be. I just pray that she's not, but you're right. If you look at the evidence, if you look at the evidence and you look the way he was, and even how the cycle continues, that you and Cassie were watching a video with Gina Hun, that she could come and speak her story, and you're like, maybe this is it. And then it's just completely covered in a media blackout.
Silent. I was like, oh my gosh, we just need to run as far as we can from this man. Just get you out of this deal and let's just get away, you know?
Exactly. Also, CLB, thank you so much for the super chat. Trey Day, thank you so much. All day, thanks for becoming a member. KG said, did Cassie co-sign you speaking out? Does Diddy still have Ron Burkle's?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Will we hear
Does
from Little Kim or Mary J. Blige? Can you
does
address
Cassie
any of that?
co-sign you speaking out?
I can't actually. I
Okay,
can't.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
I can't
Just
speak
let
on
you
that.
guys know, they are in the middle. There's a lot of lawsuits and things going on in the background. Some of it is criminal, some of it is civil. Civil is the way we complain about, oh my God, the statute of limitations. How come they didn't press criminal court? Civil is the way that citizens can still get justice. And I will stand, these people only care about power and money. And if you take away their money, you take away their power. And if you take away their power, that's how you destroy them. I want Tiffany to be as open as possible, but not in any way to jeopardize any justice on either side that might be coming for the victims and coming against Diddy. So anything about Cassie co-signing, speaking out, she can't speak on that. She is neither confirming or denying. Does Diddy still have Ron Burkle billionaire support? We don't know, but I know Ron Burkle is Godfather.
I don't even know Ron Burkle.
Yeah, so he's godfather to some of Diddy's children. So we'll see what happens with that. And will we be hearing from Little Kim or Mary J. Blige? You know, at the end of the day, Little Kim and Mary J. Blige have seen some things. That is going to have to be their choice to come forward. Everybody tells their truth if they ever decide to tell the truth on them, because it's literally asking, are you going to re-traumatize yourself? Do you feel the need? Sometimes,
that's why I keep saying, like,
She signed NDA, I bet you. You think she signed one? Maybe.
Our expectations.
I mean, I bet she signed one to certain things for sure, man. Let me grab a drink. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
I understand the desire. You know, there's plenty of people that I, wonder what they think about this. But I know from being somebody that's vocal about it, like, that's nowhere near a Mary J. Blige or a Little Kim. The level of the instant level of just attention people think, it just, unfortunately, like, I really think that being celebrity is very dehumanizing. And fame and celebrity is really dehumanizing. Money is dehumanizing.
I drink too much sugar, man.
And I think that people forget, like, listen,
so funny. Go on.
Bucks trade Giannis.
No, to the point of dehumanizing, somebody just sent me something that
the Bucks trade Giannis.
Daughter actually commented under Diddy's video. And to your point, she said, I'm glad this is happening to you. You got in my mother's face and publicly disrespected her, yelling and
Mhm.
screaming like a lunatic. To your point, when my little brother tried to get you out of my mother's face, your security jumped on him. She actually made a huge tweet outlining what's going on. So it's kind of like you said, you gotta have sympathy, you gotta have patience. And now that it's amassing numbers, people are starting to actually come out with their
Yeah,
own
you're
stories. So
safer. You're safer.
yeah,
Now you're not by yourself. You
yeah,
know, you're safer. And not only are you safer, the most credible person that could have ever come forward and have been believed is the person that came forward, you know,
That's
like
right.
like
That's very true, man.
it didn't work with Gina. She
yeah,
tried and people didn't believe her, people didn't hear her, you know. It was like it didn't tick enough boxes for the public for people
yeah.
to have the
Jack
compassion
definitely
to
going
read
in,
all of the
giggling
information.
along. Oh, ain't
Yeah,
she so
so
cute? Ain't she so
yeah.
cute, guys? Ain't Tessa just so cute?
Definitely. Rhonda
Ain't
Lee,
she
thank you so
just
much
so
for the super
cute?
sticker. I know you got to go, Tiffany. We're going to get through these questions and
Yeah,
get you
I'm
out of here.
starving. I gotta go eat.
Okay, listen, give
She
me 2
gotta
more
go get
minutes.
off
Let's
this
get through
motherfucker for
8 more
making money.
minutes. We're going to
Okay.
get you through this. Monique Ellen, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. Jacqueline, thank you again for that generous super chat. Miss
Good for
America
her, man.
BW, thank you for becoming a member.
She stayed for a
CLB, thank
long
you
more time,
for
dude.
gifting a
She
membership
stayed for a
again. Ariel
long more
Rivera, thank you
time.
so much for becoming a member. My G Spot said, thank you, Tisa, for keeping us updated on topics. Diddy, Drake, Kate Middleton. You're welcome, my G. We also have Adil Hamid said, thank you, Tisa, for all that you do. You're a true freedom fighter. Keep fighting for good, respect, love from Florida. And listen, we all bow down to you, Tiffany, because you are actually walking it like you talk it. And the things that you have been fighting
Walk it like
against
you talk it.
for years, you have codified and you're actually making a
Walk it
path
like you talk it.
to make sure, even if you can save one less person
All his
from the
enemies
music
and people
industry,
he
you're making
shat
a
on.
path for
Yep.
them to walk on. Open Book says thank you for sharing, Tiffany. We also have
That's
Mikkel
true,
Ren.
man. That's so true.
Said, can he use
What if
her
what if like
name? I don't know if
I don't even want to say it.
she can use he can use her name. I think Tiffany actually owns her name, whatnot. Worth TV said, keep speaking truth to power. The Legendary said, victims take on the shame of abusers. Should take on the shame that abusers should take on. Secrets,
Mhm.
delete, and all friends aren't on your side. They envy the trinkets. Tiffany Red, you are a 10, you are 110 toes down. That is true. She couldn't be bought. And that's why she got pushed out because she couldn't be
Yep.
bought. Because if you guys don't know, Tiffany is a very, very talented songwriter. If she had played the game, I'm sure she probably would have gotten on the whole bad boy clicked up, doing this and that.
I
Oh, I've been
believe
on
You
it.
know,
everything.
you would
Mhm,
have been on everything.
mhm.
She is talented. BG, thank you so much for the super chat. Veronica Very, thank you so much.
Oh, they got
Also,
ghostwriters like
Miss
you wouldn't
Wendy
believe, dude.
Will, thank you
Most of these
for the super
stars you
sticker.
see ain't
Uh,
even singing their songs, man. They're singing something else someone wrote that looks like it'll fit you.
B, thank
That's
you
exactly what's
so
happening.
much. This is a link right here.
You don't
It's
believe
in the
me?
chat stream for the one.
Marilyn Manson. There's you go. There you go for the hard rock, heavy metal side of it. Marilyn Manson acted like a total weirdo on stage, acted like a total weirdo everywhere he went, but was a made up persona. It was a whole made up persona that he still to this day has a problem shaking.
100 percenters, please go join, support, do everything you can. Hibiscus Rose said, thank you, Tiffany, for taking something horrible and making a positive change.
Yeah,
And
man.
thank you
People do
so
that
much,
shit for the
Hibiscus
camera,
Rose,
bro.
for
They'll make
those
up
sweet
everything.
things. Macy's Girl said, I just own a small business. It's a film production company. Right now, I don't have employees, but when I do, what do I need to do to be part of these incentives? Tiffany.
To be a part of what, the
So
100
she owns a
percenters? To be a
small
part of.
business. So if she wants to sign to the pledge to show that
Oh
she doesn't
yeah,
have any
go
employees
to.
now, but
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, whether you have employees or not, like you can set the tone and create what you want your company culture to be, whether you have employees yet or not. You can absolutely take the Safe Music Business Pledge. Go to the 100percenters.com. You'll see a banner at the very top that says Safe Music Business Initiative. And you see the pledge right there, and you can sign it. And yeah, we'll add your company's name to the pledge.
And that's a great thing because once the database is already big, but once it builds up, it really will be a huge, I think in 5 years, this will be such a huge resource that you'll also start looking at
Mm,
who to do business with, which way
Yeah.
to do it, and
These things
as
are
you
who
starting to
move
be
not?
on.
created
That's the thing.
everywhere.
Exactly.
Places like Square,
Exactly. So
Sorry.
where
thank
you
you
can
so much.
shop, you
No,
know
no,
where your money's
please.
going, you know what
Thank you,
businesses they
Jody.
are,
Listen,
you
I'm
know what
so
they're,
proud
you
of
know what
both
they
of you
stand
beautiful
on.
women.
Like we need to start
Alfonso
taking
and
back
Lovership.
America.
Thanks, Tease and Tiffany, for sharing your
I mean, it
platform.
starts
Yes,
with
thank
that
you,
small
Tiffany,
business
for coming
and
on.
Of
pushing
Who?
big business out.
Oh, thank you, GK70. Thank you so much for the membership. It's free to you. Said hi, Tease and Tiffany. Oh, they asked, do you know a young woman named Erica Kennedy?
no, Erica Kennedy. Mm-mm.
She was a writer. I think she's before your time.
Okay.
She's probably like 10. I think she's more Kim Porter's age, so she's definitely before your time.
Mm.
GK, thank you so much for the sweet compliments. Again, for another super chat, we're doing an amazing job. The homegirl here has said, "Big T's are not the little one," and thank you, beautiful Tiffany, for bravely sharing your story. Willett Teller, thank you so much for becoming a member. Also, Miss Pittsburgh, thank you so much. Oh, Butter wants to know, do you believe the Justin Bieber rumors?
Mm.
um, Kinda.
Yeah, it's kind of
Oh,
like from what you
I
told
mean,
me.
like I don't know,
oh,
like I don't know what happened, but I mean, at this point, like,
Anything.
yeah,
I know what you're saying. It's the
but
same
I
way
just
you
it's like,
feel.
but also just like I think from the circumstances too, like
bro, he
the
had
person
his
that
mom
you
sign
are
away
assigned to send you to go
rights to
work
his
with this
child.
person, like I can see how like the power dynamics. He was a kid too, so I mean, who knows? I at this point, I wouldn't put anything past anyone. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Well,
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that type of power to corrupt. And we all know from your colleague that has to eat predators, Alexis. Um, you again, children are even focused on more. So again, we pray it's not true, but at this point, anything in this industry is
who
tracking.
knows? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just
Hmm.
pray honestly at a point. You're just like, I hope not.
I
Mel
hope
Bethel said,
not.
hi.
Yeah.
Okay. It said it's
Ooh,
Tiffany's
Bieber.
audio. We've resolved that.
Talking about
Thank
Bieber.
you. Oh, and she said that
I
she'll
think
be
Bieber's dealt with
contributing.
a lot in his life, man. If you think about it, look what he's dealt with. If this is true, you never want anyone finding that out about you, you know? And then I think Bieber has went down. Let's see, my mom was telling me about Bieber right before she passed that he had gotten a divorce and now he's married into somebody else and that they're Christian and he's really taking like his life serious now. And at his age, I mean, why not? You should. You should. Yeah. They said he got sick there at the like he couldn't move his face and shit, wasn't it? Didn't he have like that whole disease where he couldn't move his face and like he was supposedly on drugs. But I guess this woman's got him settling down and getting his life back together, which he should, man. That young dude was put through it probably.
To your SMB
Ooh.
organization. So congratulations. And you guys, if you can
Thank
contribute,
you.
support, do what you can because we say we want to change and we have a young woman that Tiffany's making a change. And to Tiffany's credit, as soon as she got the green light that it was clear to go out there and actually try to make a difference and help other victims and even help speak on Cassie's truth, she took that chance. So it takes a lot. You are in the industry. I'm sure that people aren't happy about it, but thank God that you have the courage. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Jessica Taylor, for catching live from it. From Australia, Nina loves it. Did Title sign on the SMB initiative? Also, do you have anything in place to help new artists review and navigate contracts to avoid unfair or bad deals?
No, title did not sign on to it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I don't know if we can get title to I don't know
Wait,
if
hold on really
so I
quick.
don't want to say
Really quick, your audio was just breaking up a little bit. You started off by saying Title has not signed, but to be fair, what was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, they haven't signed, but to be fair, I'm not quite sure if we engaged them or not on this.
Okay.
So I don't want to say like we sent it to them and they didn't,
Yeah.
so but no, they
This
didn't.
past year got busted.
And
A lot.
as far as oh god.
No, I was just gonna say, as far as like
Really?
wanting to see a difference, Tiffany is doing everything she can. People from the safe music business initiative is doing. You might
Yeah.
also,
I was
if you
seeing
guys
that, dude. It
are
was
in the
weird. Like he
comment
couldn't
section
move his mouth or some
for
shit.
UMG,
And he
for your
couldn't even
favorite
speak or
artist,
some
for
shit. It was
Title or
weird.
whatnot, and you see a point to like
Yeah, I hope
leave
Beaver's
a
okay,
review,
man.
leave a comment.
If
There
he's
are
trying to get his
whole
life right and shit,
segments
man,
of highly paid people
I
that
ain't
do this
hating on
thing.
nobody
Start
that's going
asking,
through some
have you
shit,
signed
bro.
the Safe Music
Like,
Business Pledge? If you see a producer,
Absolutely.
are
never
your partners
again.
signing it? Are you on? Start dropping it in the comments. Are you a part of the SMB initiative, the Safe Music? But start actually dropping comments, asking everywhere you can. And if enough people start making noise, they'll start listening and start doing what they
They
can.
will.
So we can also
It
this
takes
safety
initiatives like that.
on
It
our
does.
own when we get the chance.
You should do
Absolutely.
things like this.
Also, sorry to interrupt you. Do you have anything in place to help new artists review and navigate contracts to avoid unfair or bad deals?
We don't have, I wouldn't say we help review contracts. I advise you to go seek legal counsel for that. We help with getting royalties if you're, if you can't get to somebody at the company that owes you money. We will reach out to the
Okay.
companies we have relationships with, that kind of stuff. We'll, get people out of archaic publishing contracts and those kind of things. But we don't give legal advice. We're not
Okay.
entertainment attorneys, so I would
Yeah,
advise
he's
you
not.
to seek out legal counsel if you need some help
Beaver's
with that.
probably going through it, bro.
But you
So
never
Could you
know.
imagine
It's still
someone knowing that
early
you've been
with
fucking
the pledge.
humiliated
You
like
never
that
know.
by
You guys
Puff
actually
Daddy?
might get
Could you
some
imagine people
entertainment
knowing
lawyers to
that?
start working pro bono. But
listen,
definitely,
once we have
yeah.
that, when we have that, I mean, that's my dream. My dream is for this thing to be fully staffed and for it to be like, you need what? We got like, we run out of resources constantly. I wish I had billions of dollars to give everybody, and all the things to incentivize people
This was a good
and
interview,
those
Tissa.
lawyers that you're talking about to come
I don't
in
think you
and
could get
offer this
more out of
support.
her.
So I hope they come, Cisa. I hope you manifesting them for me.
Listen, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming. If you guys know any entertainment lawyers, please. Again, this is how things get. It's an idea that's organized, and then people actually support. We're almost done with you, Tiffany. I know you got to go. One Kids Festival said two
She's
kids,
holding her there,
Victoria
boy.
and Gina, could both have Stockholm syndrome, the desire for affection
You're
from
getting a
others,
hell of an interview out of her, boy.
some victims. That is true.
Boom,
That is
boom.
true. Adore Film said, thank you so much. Said, thank you, ladies, for your courage and speaking up. When women come together and speak
Yeah,
up, it
seriously,
saves
Tissa, you
lives
need to
and
seek
many
security
blessings. Makeshift Samantha said, I didn't see the
if
whole
you
live, but
haven't
I'll definitely
already.
rewatch. Great job
Secure your
again.
fucking
Prayers for
home,
you,
man.
Tiffany. You are a very strong
You're
woman.
playing with the big
V,
dogs
thank you
here.
so much for this. She's also dropping Tiffany's IG. I am Tiffany Red on Instagram. Please click on the link and support. Capricorn woman, your brethren. Capricorn woman 67 said, I knew Tiffany was a Capricorn. I'm one too. Capricorns, y'all just be recognizing each other. You walk in and you're like, Capricorn.
Real recognize real.
Exactly. Vita says Cassie was blank trafficked. Here and overseas, RICO charges have no statute of limitations. Abuse can include. Cuddy was too afraid to speak about the bombing. Exactly. And everybody in the music industry knew it, but as a general public, we never suspected. I do believe and I pray that justice is coming. The feds, as much as they've been on this, they seem like they think justice is coming too. Black people will prosper said, it's a shame old Diddy is going down and not a record executive who gave him the
Yeah.
money to throw those parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like completely lost you. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay, so Black people will say, oh, okay. So Tiffany we lost Tiffany, but let's keep going through these super chats. Okay, thanks, guys.
And so, these companies, I was having this conversation the other day, and I was telling a record company, I was like, y'all need to really start to get more intentional with who you are bringing into the room.
It's very true.
You know, and
Period.
until you know what I mean? It's like, if this person is, if we've heard the whispers, that's enough. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like within
Yeah.
the industry, it's just like, you know, if you were in corporate, if somebody, you know, if somebody's gone to HR about the same person 5 times, at some point you start looking at the company like, what are we doing? Like I used to always think about that
Yep.
with Puff, with the whole Steve Stout situation, because from what I know, I believe it happened at Interscope, and I just was always like, how could they ever? I remember when Cassie was signed to Interscope, and I always like looking back on it now, I'm just like, how would they ever do business with him again
I'm gonna
after
set some
what
other
he
shit
came
up.
into their building
Funny
and
shit.
did? Those are the kind of things
I'm
that
gonna
you
bring
think
some
about, where
funny
it's just
shit in
like,
the end of this.
you can't say you didn't know.
Oh,
There was people in the
Styrax back.
office. There was a whole thing. He was arrested. All kind of stuff happened. And so it's like we have to be intentional with who it is that we invest in, and we empower, because everybody's plans are not the same, you know.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but the Steve Stout incident was what Diddy got in an argument with Steve Stout. At that point, he was a huge record exec at Interscope, which was under Universal Music Group. He walked into a crowded office, went to Steve's office, and brutally beat him with a chair, a phone, I think even a
With
bottle.
help, with security, he had people with him.
Did he? I didn't know that
Yeah,
part.
that from what I've read, they say that it was
Yeah.
more. It was, yeah. He could went up in there with multiple people, but like those are things where it just is like, so why is his picture not up in the office as someone we will never do business with again? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's like the
Yeah.
money and the power, because he's a cash cow. That's why they didn't do it.
That's what get away.
I watch this all
Gene
the time.
Johnson, thank you so much for becoming a member. Also, we
She might hit me then, I guess. That's all right though.
have I appreciate you feeling the Wendy Williams. He telling the truth. Thank you so much. Mars said, do you think Jay-Z knew about how Diddy was treating Cassie? This is from Mars PMW.
I don't know. I have no
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, I don't know what his relationship
Like
is
this
with.
ain't the first time.
I've never been around him. I've never seen him around to know. So I'm from my own
Gotcha.
personal experience. So I don't know.
Okay.
Not
That's
done
fair
with it
enough.
anyway. I don't
Said the
think she can get
LADA
anything
said
else
that
out of this woman. She done had her up there for like 3 hours, I think. This went longer than I thought it should, really. But it's a damn good interview. It's a damn good interview.
he can do
I mean,
with the
God dang,
statute of
she does have her up
statute
there
of
for another
limitations is
fucking
up.
30 minutes
He's
easily.
pointing the
It's
finger
still
at
going too.
LAPD being
I
corrupt
think.
AF.
Damn.
Listen, something was going on there. I don't know if it's corruption because you still around LA, so we don't want
Running
you
down.
getting
Halls.
stopped when you don't need to. But there is something that's up. But there's so many incidences involving Diddy, and somehow he was just left to go on about his business. Somehow,
No biggie.
yeah, no biggie, right? No biggie. It happens. So China said,
No
I need
biggie.
to
Yeah. Like, have you noticed that she's not really said much? To be honest, what has she really said? That it wasn't Wale. Okay, what do we get from this? It wasn't Wale that was hung over the balcony. Let's see. That's it. That's it. Other than like she was there for hearing him yell at Cassie. Like, what do we really get from it? Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. What the fuck? I'm over it anyway. 2 hours of it. Look, old Mr. Here.
I know you're probably live right now, which is fine. You can stay live on that dead channel. No You're more than welcome to stay live on that.
She media trained. You can tell.
Because
She didn't really say much, man.
you
Like,
now pushed it to the point to where
I didn't get.
not only is
She
YouTube
knew about
getting
Puff Daddy
involved,
being a fucking abuser.
but now you're going to be having higher up people involved. I told you not to fuck around, or you were going to find out.
Oh no.
Well, you did just that.
Oh no.
Okay.
You did just
Fuck
that.
around. Now you're going to find out.
Yeah. She didn't really say a whole lot, bro, after you think about it. It
You
wasn't
see,
that bad. It wasn't that damaging. I
in
don't
the
think.
not so distant future, you will be hauled into court.
Cyrex.
Because see, while you're over there being a loser,
Cyrex. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch.
I'm gonna be over here
Simple.
hanging with rich motherfuckers.
Damn.
You
Where
know,
do I
dudes
find
like
all the rich
who
people
you pretended to hang out with,
to hang out
such
with?
as, oh, I don't know, a major YouTuber by the name of Keemstar,
Oh. Oh.
who, if you didn't know, runs the Lolcow podcast.
So
Who,
you
by
really
the
gonna go on
way,
there?
I'm good friends with Wings of Redemption, aka Jordy. He's actually a very good friend of
That's not what Wings of Redemption said, bro. Hold on a minute here. Huh. Let's see what Wings of Redemption said specifically about Cyrax, right?
Cyrax independently and ask if you would like to come on. And I got a couple messages here. Let me go ahead and play the last message here.
Like I said before, dude, I'm not a low count, and I never will be a low count, no matter what anyone says. I'm a music artist that has been trying to get his shit back off the ground ever since Marty started doing what he did. And no offense, dude, and don't take this offensively at all. This is not aimed at you. But Marty's a piece of fucking shit that can't be trusted, who backstabbed his own girlfriend and his best friend, CIA hole. If you don't believe me, I can put you in contact with CIA hole here in the next few days or so. Because he's on vacation right now. But dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, Marty's no good. I wouldn't trust him. He's a lying, backstabbing snake.
Cyrax isn't going to be on the show either today. So I reached out to Cyrax independently and asked if he would like to come on. And I got a
See there, Cyrex? It's not the same notion you give. It was impressive. I will give her that. It looked good. I'll give her that. She's good at what she does. She's damn good at what she does. CIA hole.
And I have been so graciously invited onto their show. Which, of course, Jordy being the good guy that he is, him being a good friend of me, I said yes. Because, see, Marty, you're below me
Damn.
on the food chain. You are way below me on the food chain. And you want to know how you are way below me on the food chain?
Wow.
You're a loser. You do
That's what they
loser
got.
things.
That's what they got. You're a loser.
You do loser actions. You make loser actions. You make loser moves. You create garbage. I, on the other hand, create high quality content.
Is Cobra considered a locale? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Has he done any new content lately? I haven't even looked for Cobra. What am I doing?
Oh, and
I
Marty,
don't know if he's even.
all I gotta say to you is this. Good luck trying to break into my shit. Because it's not gonna happen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you may have gotten my other channel, which I'll be getting that back too here very soon. So,
Oh shit. Cobra is back, Jack. Cobra is back. Okay, he's got him a little corner spot. Okay, I like the corner.
It's apparently World Goth Day.
Goth Day?
So
Never
I got
heard
a
of
little
that.
drink combo to celebrate. We got some Evan Williams Black Kentucky Bourbon 86.
Damn.
And
I'm
we're
drinking
gonna
some
mix it
Evan Williams
with
whiskey, bro.
some Jack Daniels Southern Peach Country Cocktail and this peach
Getting
energy
drunk.
drink. Then Kim Kardashian was seen drinking this brand. I don't know for sure. Don't really care. It's a drink
Kim
combo. too.
Kardashian, y'all.
Got a copper mug right here. So I'll be food hacking some instant mashed potatoes. You want to see that? Hit the like. And that's good bourbon. I'm gonna pour some out.
Crack smoking kick
Dead
gambler.
Gauntleys on
He
the
blew
chair.
9 million.
On that. Cheers.
Damn. Who is this dude? Who are you talking about?
And if you've not tried the Jack Daniels Southern Peach,
Is his name Boogie? Boogie's the only one I know that lost a bunch of money. Let me think. I don't know who else you might be talking about.
cocktails, they are fucking delicious. Pardon my French. This is adult beverage for adults 21 and up. Cheers, YouTube. Happy Goth Day.
Yeah, that's a
A little bit of room at the top for our energy drink, and we'll have something to sip on, won't we now? Let's set that cocktail down on there. Let's set this stuff down over here, too.
Has he got his wand in his pocket?
Bloody good. Let's
He
try
doesn't
this
have his
before we add
wand.
the energy drink.
Yeah, that's
Kentucky Bourbon Black is like slightly stronger than Jack Daniels.
yeah. He thinks so, buddy.
That's got a good taste to it, but holy fuck, does that burn?
No, that don't have no good taste, man.
Let's validate our parking. Divosia. Look at that.
Look at it spilling everywhere. Like it's spilling all over his carpet and shit. Like he gives no fucks, bro. Like he gives no fucks. It's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious. Have fun with it, Cobra.
Just enough mix to soften the burn a little bit, but not completely drown it out. You still got a bite from that while drinking it. I call it a Goth Peach. New drink combo. That's what's up. I'd sip on that.
That's fucking nuts.
What up? The most beautiful thing on YouTube.
That's his woman.
Come on, fucking Jose. Fucking cut your shit. Can't. Fucking, I'm not the most beautiful thing on YouTube. Fucking, what are you drinking in that cup, bro? Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. The most ugliest creature on YouTube, then.
All right. I mean, like, you could be like, she's the most talented pancake maker or something like that.
Well,
We got Jose and his woman here.
well,
I
I'm
think that's his
sorry for
woman.
complimenting you. Trying to be nice.
Yeah, I don't really do well with compliments. I'll be like, someone be like, that's a nice dog. I'll be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Joey, you got so many hats right here.
What up, Doug? Juanito!
I'm totally gonna fucking steal this shit. Wait,
Steal my shit.
I'm not gonna steal it.
Then you'll have a reaction with the cops.
From what?
Boss man Jack.
I'm not stealing your shit. I'm commandeering your hat. There's a difference.
There is. I collect them.
It's all
Bro,
under citizen arrest. I can put your.
It's
hat
called
on.
occupying the hat.
Yeah, yeah. If you want
Just watch
anything,
out for the greasy
you
one.
want what greasy one?
Just tell them that you're temporarily occupying it. It looked very lonely by itself.
Kitty tap my butt.
Oh, maybe.
What? Like, wow.
Fucking the hell is going on here? What's Jose doing, man? She got a man?
What the fuck? 2 men or 2 women? You know what? Nowadays, I'm not quite fucking sure. I was born a chick. I mean, I was born with. When I was born, I didn't have boobies. I didn't have boobies until I was like 14.
Are you sure?
When I was born, I didn't even know what a fucking dick was until I was like fucking 35 years old.
What? Stop that. She's lying. I can tell. I can see right now she sucked a few dicks or so, Jose. I can see right now she's doing a few cocks in her fucking lips before. She said I didn't know what a cock was until 33.
It's like, none of that.
Yeah, you're lying.
You're like,
Wow, you're the one that's a
you're not gonna
virgin.
date until you're fucking 25. Yeah, like that's how it was. What in the trailer park?
What
I
in the
don't
trailer
know,
park?
bro. We're all
Fuck.
having a good time. We're fucking smoking weed. OG knucklehead foe. You're a foe. Now tell me now, bro, why I shouldn't even fucking block you, yo.
What in the hell?
Maybe
Got
me. Why do you keep asking so many
Yeah,
questions? You
Clayton.
trying to write a
Yeah.
fucking book or something?
A nobody?
He's constantly shaving his head for
Fucking
$100
Joey's
when he's
dying
broke.
over here.
Holy
Coughing
shit,
up
bro.
blood. Are you okay?
Fake gambling degenerate. People were cash apping his dealer. Which is admitting it's my plug. Oh my lord.
Great. Listen, I'm never
Find out who it was,
gonna
bro.
again.
It's in your history.
Phone, Joey, I'm
It's in your
fucking
history,
phone
bro.
first. No more weed edibles for him.
Jose, what are you doing over there, Jose? Jose, you're over there chilling.
Can't see it.
Don't block me, please. Sorry. You know what? I didn't reach for the block button. You okay over there? The block button.
They should have a block button.
Not a block button. A
When
block
somebody
button.
misses the offer, you can hit the block button.
No, it's called the block. Well, G A B C D E F G.
Block button. So they can,
7
so
minutes
it can
away.
shoot him in the face?
No. Oh no. Let's never be that far. That's
This dude's a wild man, bro. He travels the country, y'all. And I think he's going to see this woman, and she's in Montana, I think. So he says he's gonna get there by the end of the month. He's got some trains to jump on, man.
Next Tuesday, we will be kangaroos.
Kangaroos?
Well, apparently there's multiple.
His name is Boss Man Jack, aka Boss
Nina?
Man Jack.
Everybody wants to identify as a Joey.
Wait, hold on a second. Nina, are you
I
like
identify as a sidewalk. Everybody walks
You
on
do
me.
it. Wait, Jose.
I don't mean to laugh, but that's fucked up, bro.
I found him.
Yeah.
Man live.
That was
Is
fucking
that who you're talking about?
Cheese? Bro, he looks like a fucking rhino eating shredded cheese right now. Look at this. Hold on. I gotta show you. Bro.
My sugars were getting low.
You know, you have to give the cheese tax to the dogs, you know.
You gotta give some to bit. Ow, babe. Fucking ow.
Yeah.
Ow, bro. He just fucking
Damn.
bit me.
You gotta
Diddy,
pay
that
the
was
cheese
not nice,
tax.
man. That's the last time I'm ever he's coming after me.
This dude he's spending a lot of bread, bro. He's getting brand deals and all kinds of shit, ain't he? Yeah, he's tripping, bro. He's tripping, bro. I'm almost fucking lost at the what to look at over there. It's like so much. Let's see here.
I'd made some predictions. One of those predictions was that he would lose it all, and he did.
I can't do this, dude. I can't tell my parents I lost it all, dude. I can't. Oh God, I'm gonna fucking quit on everything. I'm done. I'm actually gonna do. Yep, it's gone. I fucking lost it all.
Good Lord.
$53,000.
How much?
God, $53,000.
The turkey time I should have known.
I have nothing, dude. I have nothing. You have got to be kidding me, dude. Oh.
As you can see, Boss Man didn't take it so well. But to make matters worse, he woke up to this. He was banned on Twitch for 30 days because of concerning statements that he made on stream.
Oh
I think you
no.
all know what that means.
And he got his story stolen, and he got his channel taken down too.
Begging Decent Game to agree to a single $1,000
That's
release.
ugly.
And that's how it started. That's how Boss Man Jack made the most money he's ever made.
Yeah, we're gonna get it back right here, dude. Come on. Oh. Oh. Get it back, baby. Get it back. Come on, we got this. Oh.
Bro, that's dangerous gambling right there, bro. When you can just flip the coin and it's gone, that's dangerous gambling, son. Do not attack.
No, we got.
Do not attach your credit cards, your bank accounts, any of that to these fucking card companies, man. Don't do it.
This, dude. Okay.
Flipping coins for money, bro. These sites are fucking they're horrible for gamblers, bro. Like these sites are horrible, like slots, fucking oh man. Like
not bad. Hold on.
He just flipping a coin, bro. And that ain't good.
That guy. Oh my God. We got all our money back. Oh yeah. Look at this money coming in. Holy fucking shit. Come on, right here, hit. Oh no. Come on. Get it back, get it back. There it is. That is amazing. Oh yeah.
Documentary shows his felony snitch behavior at like 18.
Oh my God.
Off like
There's
20
no
car
way.
thefts.
There's just no way, guys. How do I do
God
this? I don't
damn.
even know sometimes. I just get very lucky, man. Let's go. All right, watch this, guys. Let's try to get to 10,000. 2,000 here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do another one. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, okay. Last one. Oh no. I know. I should stop. I know.
Now it's gone. He's going to take all that back.
I'll do a fatty get Discord giveaway for you guys too if I win big here. Oh my god.
This is stupid. This is dumb betting, bro. This is dumb, bro. It's horrible for people that just for this reason, bro. This is why it's
there
so
it is,
horrible.
guys. There it is. Come on. Oh, there it is, guys. 2,000 there. Oh. I'll bet till noon. Smoke in my room. Not be sure though. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's quick money, man. You're doomed, man.
Let's fucking go, baby.
All right, y'all. I'm up off here, man. I hope y'all have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Thanks for hanging out. That was a blast. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy y'all evening. We are over and out.
A block with a sack and a Glock in the back full of rock with my skill on the seat. Clutching and look at my brother behind me, he up and he busting whoever he see. Niggas be rapping, but ain't never done it. They know how I'm coming, they know I'm a creep. Shoot till it stop when I
land on my feet, Mr. Lewis Gossett Jr.
Ah! Ah! You can do this, you can do it, 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 you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you can do this. We can do this, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this.
This is it? We done? We done? I'm not quitting my job because niggas fucking destroyed my platform. I'm not bad at my job. I'm not bad at my job. I'm not quitting my job. I'm not quitting my dreams because other people can. I'm not gonna lie. I'm seriously thinking about just worshiping the devil. I know that's the wrong thing to do, but if I assume I'm going to hell anyway. But if I worship the devil, I could die soon and probably. I'm really considering doing it. I'm not even lying. Help, you know,
I'm a motherfucking money go getter with a real nigga feeling. I do this shit with ease, bitch. I'm fast life living. I can go in any hood. They love a little nigga, couple of them hate, but stay in their place cause they don't want it with me. See me looking good, beating hard, bumping in my city, riding with that sack in that strap.
I'm not gonna go get a job because you destroyed my platform. My platform is just fine. If y'all wasn't here harassing me, I wouldn't have a fucking problem. If y'all wasn't here trying to make everybody hate me, I wouldn't have a problem. You're trying to force me to... Ah!